I'll have to do that too. Hey, everybody. This is Mr. Hardcore Mode, where nothing is easy. Warriors and Witches, how y'all doing? And God bless. We are here with another raid. Sorry that I have been away for a while. Two things that I wanted to take care of was, well, first off, let's just say hi to Dez. Dez and bro, it's good to have you here again.
Hey, how's it going? Thanks for having me.
Absolutely, man. What you been up to? What games have you been playing?
A lot of older PC stuff. Some Lord of the Rings, War in the North, some Mirror's Edge, Suit for Hire. Pretty much what I've been using in the footage of the games is what I've been playing for the past couple of
Yeah, you've
days.
been playing a lot of Mirror's Edge.
Yeah, I've been playing. I've been playing a lot of that.
Mm-hmm.
It was my it used to be my favorite game way back then, and I just love going back to it every now and then.
Have you ever played Thief?
I played the third one, I think, was like Deadly Shadows or something. I didn't get to finish that, and then I played the reboot in 2014 as well.
Gotcha. What about Dishonored?
Oh yeah, I played those a lot as well.
I played shit out of that. The reason why I'm saying that is because those two games have a lot of hardcore, I wouldn't say parkour. I guess I would say parkour. The best parkour game that I've ever played would be Assassin's Creed Unity, and I think that was it. After that, anything else was just trash. And of course, have to go back to Mirror's Edge and everything. But that's good, man. That's good. Um, I have been playing a lot of Marvel Rivals. I wanted to stream for a while, but I've been just having a kick on playing video games and also taking care of my debt because I was the last few days I was like, bro, let me just work more hours and get rid of this debt, and then I'll feel much better getting back on my stream. And I do, and I'm so glad for it because debt sucks. So I'm debt free now. Yeah. I'm debt free now. Of course, you always got bills to pay, but yes, I'm debt free now. So good. We have a lot to talk about today, everybody. We have so much to talk about. I think the first one that I want us to talk about, which is kind of freebie. Can I actually record on here? I don't think you can record on here. You know what? I could just download the video on YouTube and just split the video. Hold on. Okay. 1 second. First one to talk about, we're gonna talk about this. We're gonna do something easy, and then we're gonna move on up. Let's talk about this. So, of course, we have Phoebe going to be playing as Lara Croft in the new Lara Croft movie that's coming out. First of all, hey, how you doing? Good morning, good afternoon, actually. Good afternoon. First of all, the first thing that I want to mention about this is she attractive? Yeah. Is she Lara Croft? No. She's just not. I mean, I know that Angelina Jolie was scrawny, but she had tits and she had the attitude. This just looks like she's cosplaying. And by the way, if I saw her at a cosplay convention, I would be like, good cosplay. And then that's it. Also, you know she had brown pants. You just chose black shorts. I don't the black shorts was just such a choice. You know? And also, here's another thing. She also has an ass, Lara Croft. This is the lady that was basically Sansa from Game of Thrones, correct?
Yep.
Yeah. She like Botoxed her face or whatever. I don't know. A lot of you can stay away from Hollywood, everybody. But basically, let's go from top to bottom. Okay. First things first. Hair, you're fine. Sunglasses, you're fine.
Mm.
The lips, this is the first time that I'm going to say you should have Botoxed your lips. It's first time. You should have hired Millie Bobby Brown. You should. This is the first time where I'm gonna be like, yeah, you should have hired her. You should have hired her. The shoulders, all right. Arms, good enough. Tits, stop.
No.
Just stop. Just stop. Just stop. The belt. Just tell me that you don't know how to make props. Okay. The belt is such a prop. The belt screams prop. Why don't you just go to any YouTuber who has actual, like, gun holsters and everything and straps around the thighs, and you would see that they have better durable gear than this prop. That is such a prop. Such a prop.
It's something that always impressed me, how cosplayers and YouTubers make such
Yeah.
way better costumes than Hollywood productions.
Have you seen that blonde-haired girl with the big tits and the thick thighs who made a giant fucking Warhammer fucking a 3D printer like setup? It's like it's obviously not finished, but she would show a size difference of her and then her giant like Emperor of Man like fucking shit, and I would be like, "Fuck, girl!" It's like you're making Hollywood look bad. You know what I mean? And so that's just her, and she's taking her sweet time to make that. But that's just one person out of all the plethora of fans out there that make costumes, and I see the passion. I ain't seeing any passion with these fucking shorts that they added. What? You couldn't make booty shorts. You could. I know you chose not to do the booty shorts. I know you know that they're brown, right? You know that the booty shorts were brown. Why did you make them black?
Maybe
Why?
colorblind.
Maybe. I don't think so. Everything's a choice. But the biggest thing is, let's see. I want to show off. Please don't show any porn, please. Not right now.
You got your wish. You got the opposite.
At least they got the tits right this time. I'm afraid to go down. But what? See, like I said, brown shorts and everything, and all that. Let me put this thing down and show you guys for a second. Let me see. The funny thing is, this one made by people that I don't trust, but somehow they made this game. Like, not this one. This is trash. I ain't touching this. But this one? Yeah, that makes sense. They even got the color of the shorts correct. They got everything correct. Even the holster. See, this is how you do it. She's got muscles, she's got meat in her bones. I mean, I don't know what's going on with Sansa, but ever since that she got, in Game of Thrones, I don't know, she doesn't eat meat anymore. And I don't know what's going on. And so let me go ahead and put this thing down or something weird pops. Philly Chan, what are you doing? Fine. So Mr. Philly Chan fixed it, by the way. Yeah, he fixed it. Yeah. Yeah, he fixed it. Yeah. This is much better. And I know, let me talk about this real quick. I know people are going to say, like, no, she can't act. Nigga, do you think I'm watching Laura Croft for some sort of
drama performance?
I'm looking for Lord of the Rings while I'm watching Tomb Raider. All I want is for her to look like Sweeney, like Tim's, like not. I'm thinking of different, like 3 different Sweeneys. But
Sydney Sweeney.
Thank you, Sydney Sweeney, looking hot, talking about artifacts, and then hunting for them. That's it. If she you know what? She has a British accent, right? The Tomb Raider.
Mm-hmm.
I think she does.
Yeah.
I want her to fuck that English accent up, like every other fucking like like our artists out there that's fucked up the English accent. I want her to fuck that shit up. Be like, yeah, we got some. I just want her to be like, I think I see another artifact on the telly. I just want. That's all I want. And her sweating and the tits. That's it. I'm not asking for much. Everybody's out here like, yo, she can't act. Listen, everyone in Hollywood, especially the people that made Acolyte, which we'll talk about later, none of them can act. We're done with this whole idea where it's just like, it's not the actor's fault. Yeah, it's kind of the actor's fault, the actress's fault, the writer, the producer, the director. It's all their fault making all these things that we know and love. And now, rest in peace, Doctor Who. Rest in peace, Star Wars. Rest in peace, Lara Croft. We're saying rest in peace to all the things that we love. The westernization is being destroyed right now. So when we see Sweeney Sweeney on the big stage with Tomb Raider outfit, jumping around, doing flips, tits jiggling, dual wielding, shooting up some jaguars, is anybody gonna go like, wow, horrible acting? No. Who's gonna say that's gay? That's gay, bro. It's fucking gay. It's nobody will say that is like the old school way of thinking for old school American like film, was the fact that the character was hot, she did cool things. Did we believe it? No. Did we watch it twice? Yes. The second time without pants. That was it. That was our thing. Do you want us to go to fucking... Are you trying to send me to Iran where they're just going to cover up Tomb Raider head to toe? What are you doing to me right now? Bollywood, which is crazy because Iran and like Saudi Arabia, like films where it's like that Bollywood shit where the guy drives and then he turns the vehicle and then he walks out slow motion out of his vehicle, using his vehicle to like hit a whole bunch of guards, and then he takes off his sunglasses slowly. At least they understand that we're here for entertainment. But
Yeah,
these fucking
there's movies for you to just action balls to the walls, screwing,
yeah.
and then there's watching The Whale with Brendan Fraser, for example, where you're sitting down, you're watching a movie, you want to care about the performance. People aren't going to watch Tomb Raider to care about the performance in that sense.
Mhm.
Give it some action and some attitude and some style.
Attitude and style. That's perfect. I think Korn did a soundtrack for like Angelina Jolie, and it was fucking banger. And it was just Angelina Jolie just doing some crazy attacks. She was wet most of the time in the film, and then she was shooting some bad guys and stealing shit. It's like, you want us to go to Relooted? You want us to have Relooted? I didn't think so. I didn't think so. But this Phoebe one, not good, not at all. What is this? What is this? What? Who, lady? You probably can cosplay. You know what? It's fine. You want to cosplay?
She got the color of the shorts right.
Yeah.
She got the color of the shorts right.
I don't know about the rope, but all I'm saying is like she's got the hair right. Listen. She's cosplaying. She's not working there. She's just doing a cosplay. Now, if it was somebody that's like, yo, this is the new like the whole Phoebe thing. If it was like this, we're all complaining about it now. And then when they find out like, oh shit, we're not going to, much like Starfleet Academy, which was trash. You're not going to get people to watch it. Like even this one, I know it's not even modded. This is not a mod. This is just a photo thingy. I know. Wait, is it? Double checking. Yes, it's just photo mode. Yes, even she was attractive. Nobody complained about Tomb Raider Survivor. We just came. The only thing that we said was like, she's wearing pants, and then we played the game. That's it. She's wearing pants, and then we play the game. And then, wait, is it? Wait, that's a mod. I know a mod when I see one. It's like, even see what I mean? See what I mean? It's like she knew that they were brown. She knew it. Like you just need to walk down. Even she knew it. Like that's the she has a gun and she's doing this whole finger thing at you. And obviously you don't want to go near this lady, but you're gonna go near this lady because she's got tits. It's so obvious that this was way better. Like, look at this, bro. Bro, what are we doing?
That would
She
be
even
the time for the applause button.
Yeah, that would be. I need to fix that shit. That I need to fix that shit. But yes, this is much better. The whole Phoebe thing, it's just not working out. It's just even the like the cosplayers know this. It's just not. It's not. We had this, and they took it away.
I'm so used to being disappointed that I'm basically just like at a point where anything that that basically stays away from what they did with Netflix, where, for example, she was straight up doing the whole narrative that was also in Dragon Age Veilguard, where it's like, oh, we can't just take things from other cultures.
Oh yeah, the cartoon where she's gay and crying.
Already, yeah.
Yeah.
Anything that stays away from that is already like
Yep.
something that people are ascribing points to,
Mhm.
and it's just sad that we have to give points to mediocrity because we're so used to being fucked over.
Yeah, absolutely. By the way, Blood Angel, we're about to talk about that in a minute. So yeah, we'll talk about that in a minute. But yes, we'll end it here on this. Pretty much, we know that these ladies really don't like Tomb Raider and they just want to change things. That this is what I gotta say to all of you. Please go out there and make something of your own. I'm not asking you to make $1 million in one day and then just create like a whole video game or whatever you're doing. Some of you come to me saying you're making a game right now. Some of you tell me that you draw, and I want you to do that. Every day, I want you to create stories and make something of your own because these individuals are trying to come out and destroy the things that you love. This is not some sort of, oh, don't you think it's kind of funny that they come into the shit that we like and they're just like, oh, I've been a fan all the time. It's just that we need to change everything. And I'm like, nigga, who the fuck? Have you noticed that? Everything. Tomb Raider, Star Wars, Star Trek, Doctor Who, Warhammer. It's all the same with all these fucking tourists. There's tourists. There's three people that are in at work right now. Tourists, people that just like to watch things burn, and then people trying to make ESG scores. That's it. The only three. And the people that just want shit to burn, it probably far outweighs the other two. Because they're Redditors. They're just like, look at these. It always turns out to be that thing, right? Even with politics, it just turns out, hey, even though that you guys like Star Wars, even though you like Tomb Raider, we're going to change it because we want to get at the chuds. And I'm like, how are you going to make money then? It's like, hey, I just got fired from my job. I got laid off, but at least I got the chuds. We have a big mental illness problem right now.
Huge.
So please, huge. Other people have said, like even Palmer Lucky said it. He said these people don't care if they fail. They don't. They do not.
To the extent where sometimes they fail and they just keep failing upwards. It's like some of the activists in video games, they fuck up things in studios and then you see them going up to other studios. You don't see them struggling. At least I don't see them struggling. There's so many examples of like developers from Concord, developers from Veilguard, all this shit, the developers from BioWare, that them landing on their feet in other big studios like Wizard of the Coast, Sucker
Punch. Gender necromancer lady that got laid off and then she went to Wizard of the Coast, and then that black rainbow lady that worked at Halo
Yeah,
Studios,
Melissa
and
Boone.
now she's moving over to Riot,
Yeah, there
and
was
I'm
also
just
some marketing lady for Concord, and she ended up at Halo, and her first thing was kitty cat helmets for Halo. Like, what the
mm,
fuck are we doing?
this is why it's become a thing to where it's just like it's just I have to kind of respect their game because they're willing to die for this their whole ideology, and they'll just side with their whole team. It's a cult. It's obviously a left extremism cult, but I do got to respect the
And it
how
got way
fast
too
their game is.
comfortable too.
Yeah, they got. I
Like
think
the
that's.
inner systems, like for example, Sweet Baby Inc. The way that they basically fund themselves, they fuck up
Mhm,
game after game after game, but it doesn't even matter. It's like they
mhm,
keep coming back, and the only way that you can avoid it is like if a company thinks, okay, we cannot be associated with you because people
mhm.
are seeing your name, and then they don't want to play the game. So now they're like, okay, fuck the credit. I don't even want credit. Hire me anyway. I want to consult. I want to fuck up your game, but don't put me in the credits. Like they're like cockroaches.
This is why we got to. I think our biggest thing is we got to have more people when it comes to all these sort of things that we enjoy in like Western civilization, all this entertainment is the biggest thing right now. Our biggest ally that could become our ally is people that don't even that are just straight up normal, the centrists, the people that just don't care either way. They just want to enjoy themselves. They have to feel, and they're already feeling it. They have
Hmm.
to feel a little bit of the pain too,
Yeah.
because let's just say for instance, because a lot of them could be old heads or boomers, let's just say out of nowhere they try to remake the Golden Girls. You like the Golden Girls? That's great. And then they bring back the Golden Girls and they replace one of them with a black fat lady and the other one is gay. We need a little bit more than that. See, this is why they can't remake Blade. They can't bring back Blade. Is because he's already black. They can't figure it out. It's so hard for them. It's like EDM, black guy with a sword and shotgun, vampires spraying blood inside the club. It's that easy. It's the easiest money in the world. But it's not enough because it's already set up the way that it's supposed to set up. So it's like a new flavor of racism. Like I don't care about the guy with the white cone on his head. I care about the guy that's just like I don't know how to make a Blade movie. What are you talking about? Well, there's already a black guy, and I'm like, what the fuck are you saying right now? Well, it's I was gonna replace Blade with a black guy. He's already black. Are you? It 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 it, it's one thing to be like, have you ever? It's the one guy that says that there's two things. I think I've said this before. I'm okay with the person that says morning nigga than the person that's just like, listen, Black Lives Matter, come with us. We're gonna get you a job. We're gonna get you set up. We're gonna make you CEO. And I'm like, okay, cool. And then they make a white woman a CEO, and then I become
And
the
then if you
janitor.
say
And
something against it, they turn into like a fucking
like,
demon lord
wow,
from the
what
underworld.
are you sexist? You said I was gonna become CEO. He's like, yeah, but we got a first woman, and I'm just like,
Check your privilege.
check your. Ooh, that's a good one. Mm, okay, it's good to have you all here. Good to have you all here. This article mode. They found a way to replace him with his new daughter. They tried that. That it's been 6 years. They can't even because listen, Blade is so badass and so alpha that the fact that the dad is a badass and an alpha and he's black and he's taking care of his daughter, they don't know how to deal with that. Because right now they're already fucking up. They're already fucking up right now, losing a lot of money. So they already got a black person. He's a badass. He's an alpha. They can't take that away because that's him. That's Blade. And now he has a daughter that's already black and already cool and a badass. So the fact that, a loving father taking care of his daughter, that's great. When can we kill Blade? Well, we can't kill Blade because we'll look racist. I know what I'm saying sounds fucking weird, but to them, it sounds normal. Okay? They would love to turn Blade into The Last of Us, where they're just like, listen, Blade shows up for 40 minutes or 50 minutes or an hour, and then he gets killed, and then his daughter takes over. I know that. Listen, I've dipped into the Reddit life. It's fucking crazy, okay? What I'm saying right now doesn't make any sense. But it's like, have you ever seen those Law and Order shows where the one guy that works with the police that knows criminals? That's what I'm doing. That's what he's like, this criminal, this sex offender would definitely have his way with this one lady. this sex offender would definitely have his way with this one lady and break into her house and fuck her in the ass. How do you know that? Because that's what I would do. What? Anyway. That's what I'm doing, basically. It's just like, I'm like, I know what I would do to get money if I was working at, Tomb Raider or Marvel. I know what I would do, and it sounds normal. But for them, they're just like, think of the white women, and I'm like, yeah, that's what I'm talking about. But anyway, I know. They were gonna do that. The daughter thing is new, though. The daughter thing is new. I don't think it is. Yes. Anyway. Let's move on to the next one. Since somebody wants us to bring this up, and I think I definitely want to bring this up because this is some crazy fucking news. So here we go. Now we got to bring it up, and you guys know what I'm going to talk about, and that is the Warhammer 40k. Now it's officially made minis of female custodies. And this is what we got to deal with. Now, this is... Go ahead.
Here we go again.
Yep. This is fucking ridiculous. And of course, you're not canon. Everybody... It's crazy how many people are just like, bro, you're not canon. Like, even the people that made Space King understands that this shit's not canon. They even had a whole video about it saying, I bet they're trying to change the heads of the minis to make them look slightly female. But like they turned all the Warhammer 40k minis like they used to be badass white dudes. Now it's just, is that a truck driver? Is that does she do drywall? That's a person. That's a person that does drywall. You got a dyke as a, and I can't preface this enough. They have been dying to do this. You want to know why they chose Custodes to have female space marines? Because they don't care about Sisters of Silence. That's too misogynistic. You thought they were going to do Sisters of Silence and bring that up? It's too misogynistic.
Yeah,
Beautiful women.
What I was going to ask. Because I don't know much about Warhammer 40k at all. So I was going to ask because I was going to ask, don't they already have like quite a few things where women are involved?
Yeah. There are two. See, there's two reasons, and this is what I'm doing. I'm dipping my head into the Redditor lifestyle, and this is what I firmly believe. The reason that they're not doing Sisters of Silence and the Sisters of Battle is because, one, they're weaker than the Custodes, and two, they're attractive. Wow, they don't like either one of those. Because
they also get another point, right? Because it's like that. This is the one thing where it's like it's only men, and so this way they get to be like, "Fuck you." Not
Exactly.
anymore.
Exactly. And
And this is their mindset and their lifestyle. It's basically this shit all the whole way down 24 hours a day.
they're gaslighting everybody right now with their bullshit. And here is a oh, oh this is show this off. Where are you? So they have been gaslighting every single one of you who is a fan of Space Marines. There is no female custodies, and I don't care what the modern purple hairs at Games Workshop think about that. Their vision of Warhammer 40k is a crappy knockoff, and the fact that they can legally sell miniatures of their feminist fanfic doesn't change that. I agree with him. And I don't know if you all have noticed, but Games Workshop used to have this funny logo where it had the yellow within the red lining on the logo for Games Workshop. Guess what they changed with their logo? They made it dull. They just put Games Workshop with just white lining. That's it. I don't know why, but every time when I see a logo that's being changed to look modern, it means that somebody is trying to change a flair, a look, a taste that was known in Western civilization. They try to make everything dull, and then they try to make everything lame and gay. So they put on here. Is that me?
No, that was my phone.
Gotcha. They put on here. This is on their website. Is this a new thing? Well, yes and no. Already gaslighting you. Already gaslighting. You remember when they said there's always been female custodies? Then why did you say well, yes and no? Up until this point, those few Legio and Adeptus Custodes miniatures we've seen without helmets have been obviously male, and the rest have been so armored that it's hard to tell. Already fucking gaslighting you. The ones that are in the helmets.
Who knows?
Who knows? It does already. We're linked. Who knows? The new range has a mix of both male and female custodies. You're a fucking liar. Have you changed the lore? See, these are their own questions, and they know, and they know exactly what we're gonna say. I thought all Space Marines and custodies were male. Space Marines, yes, nigga. What do you think a custodies is? It's a fucking Space Marine. You're in space, big armor, you're a Space Marine. See what they try to do? They try to blur the fucking line.
Yeah, change the language to bullshit people.
This is why I like rainbows, because the colors stay where they fucking belong. The blue stays blue, the green stays green, the red, the yellow, the orange, they all stay the color. These motherfuckers see a rainbow and then they want to smear everything. And then guess what color you get? You get gray. Ain't nobody like gray. Unless you want a nice suit, I guess. But I don't like this. I don't like this. Lore-wise, Space Marines are made from human males. We're done. We're done. You figured it out. Welcome.
What about all those other paragraphs?
Yeah. I guess I'll read it. Willing aspirants of or unwilling conscripts on the cusp of adolescence. They are subjected to a series of horrific trials, and the strongest emerge as remorseless killers. Okay, Games Workshop. Are you talking about your fucking resume? Their humanity stripped away as they can serve as living weapons in the Emperor's armies. There are no female Adeptus Astartes. Nigga. There are no... First of all, don't think I don't know that you're going to make Adeptus Astartes females, okay? You're going to just change this shit. Like you did with the fucking Wikipedia. You did that. Everybody knew before you changed it on the Wikipedia that there were no female Space Marines. which is also Custodes, by the way, because they are also Space Marines. Wait, for some odd reason, the female Custodes have bigger armor than the Space Marines, which doesn't make them Space Marines. Who the fuck said that? Who the fuck? He's like, I realized that the Custodes are this big, so that doesn't, and the Space Marines are about this big, so that doesn't mean that they're Space Marines. Who the are they? Are they both wearing space armor? Well, yes. Then they're Space Marines. Nigga, are you serious? The reason why they chose Custodes is not only to blur the line, but they love to get off on ugly fucking dyke drywall bus riding lady women to just say to anybody, because Custodes is a high level of power and that's what they need. They can't just be like, because we've already seen female fucking Astra Militarum, which is bullshit. Why the fuck is there a fat fucking black lady in a fucking wheelchair running around with a las gun? Why the fuck is this happening? And nobody's no people did say that. I was about to lie, but I'm not gonna lie. People have said that female fucking Astra Militarum is bullshit. It is bullshit because you want to know why? We're the fucking Grim Dark, not DEI Help Squad. Are you fucking serious right now? This isn't XCOM. So that was already bullshit. Even back then, I liked the fact that the only black people that was kind of around, I know there were black people in certain areas, but it was mostly like this, they were kind of like silvery grayish, like a gray skin, but they did have a complexion of a black person, but they were only in like, and in other places too, but they were pretty much even like, fucking, what are they called? Salamander. And now, see, this is what's about to make me racist. Is because I was just like, okay, I guess there's different colors of people in Space Marines now. Then they were just like, let's put some Chinese people in there, and I was like, fine. And then they were like, let's put some brothers in there, and I'm like, you don't have to do that. And now they do this, and I'm just like, you know what? Hitler. No, I'm not gonna say anything. So when you see this, let's just, when you see what I'm about to read you, check out the bullshit. Watch this. Custodes are not Space Marines. Already the bullshit. They are. They are. You've already retconned. Now you're just straight up lying. They are Space Marines. Who do they protect? The Emperor of Man and his throne. Obviously. You got giant people that are not Space Marines. They're Custodes. Nigga. Bro, they are playing you for a fucking fiddle, bro. They are phantom painting you right now. Other than the obvious point that they are both towering, nigga. Gene enhanced warriors. The similarities pretty much stop there, nigga. That's
Other
literally
than the point that they're both the same thing.
It's like
Not the same thing.
It's like looking at a fucking Best Buy employee that's wearing a blue shirt and a fucking label that says Best Buy, and then you go up to the nigga and say, do you work here? Fuck you, bro. Fuck you. Of course I fucking am a Space Marines. What the fuck? Custodes are taken as infants and recrafted.
Excuse me. I replenish the shelves. I do not answer questions that employees may have. Yes, I may be wearing a Best Buy shirt, but this is not my function, for I am not a conventional Best Buy employee. Now, if you please, get the fuck out of my sight and ask your retarded question to someone else, because I have shelves to restock.
And then out of nowhere, your manager's like, hey, you're free to leave. Oh, cool, awesome. And then the guy's just like, what the fuck?
I
So he
go
does.
straight to the DEI department like this employee misgendered me. I mean,
Hmm,
misfunctioned me.
misfunctioned me.
That's what the fuck they're
Exactly.
doing to these custodians. No, they're not the same thing. They're just
Yeah.
big warriors.
It's
Everybody, a
the
lot of people can be big warriors.
it's the biggest fucking fuck you I've ever fucking seen. Custodians are not space marines, other than the obvious point that they are. Bro, I can't even read it without laughing.
It's
Anyway,
so
let's continue. Custodians are taken as infants and recrafted by ancient science. The process is arcane and bespoke to each individual. The emperor himself retained oversight of the process of at least until the whole Horus Heresy thing went down. They did that to every who. It, question: do you need for custodians? Oh no, for space marines, in order for their primarchs to have the image of their father, they needed something from the father to enact the image of his sons. His sons, his brotherhood. He was like, "Hey, I need my sons." And guess what? So let me get this straight. When the emperor said, "I need sons. I need to act my brotherhood," and then when he did that for the Space Marines and the Primarchs, when he was thinking about the custodians, he was like, "Nah, I have Maggie Malenhall to use her seed to make the custodians." Bullshit. He's like, Maggie Malenhall is just this fat fucking gray-haired, yellow teeth bitch, and she's just like, it's like, you're gonna put me to work, fine. And then she splits her legs open and then just makes the bro. None of this makes. Well, it does make sense. Okay, it's just the bullshit is so much that it makes my head hurt. So I'm gonna turn on the fan because I'm heated. But aren't the custodians made from the sons of? That's what I was just talking about. I'm good. I'm good.
Your microphone is giving up.
I was just talking about the custodians were made by the sons of Terran. I was just talking about that. I was just talking about that, and that was next. Some of them are, yes. Fuck you. Fuck you. The Emperor is all. By the way, why did you make this article? No, I just thought about that. Why did you need this article? Why? The only way to be like, I know we fucked up and I know we're lying, so we're going to make this article. You wouldn't put this article up if it was a regular update about Warhammer 40K. You wouldn't do that. That wouldn't make any sense. This whole article is basically, what's a good word? Crowd control. It's basically damage control.
Yeah, they're interviewing themselves.
Yes, yes. we've interviewed ourselves and found no wrongdoing. The Emperor is all about symbolism and authority. So those pre-unification patriarchal houses that passed their kingdoms down to the firstborn sons had those sons taken. We're talking about sons, right? And then remade as guardians of the Emperor. I can't wait until we get to the end of this. That is still true, but that was not the only source of recruit. Nigga,
Of
you're adding
course.
shit.
Of course.
Sometimes when there's no boys left, I like to snip around for little girls. What are we doing? What are we doing? The boy sniffer couldn't smell any boys anymore. So now we're looking we fired the boy sniffer. So now we're looking for the girl sniffer. Is that what we're doing? That's from Space King, by the way. That's not straight from the heart. That's not from me. I swear. But that was not the only source of recruitment. Other methods might have been equally overt. Others far more secretive. No, they weren't secretive.
Yeah, this
wait, no.
program is about girls, sure.
Actually, no, they're right. Actually, my bad. They are right. It's like some more secretive than others. Yeah, we know, and it wasn't much of a secret because you just told us. Other methods might have been equal. Yeah, yeah. Noble daughter, nigga. Noble daughters? Are you serious right now, bro? You do realize, in order for the nobility to continue to thrive, they need somebody with a womb. But when you take the women away, guess what happens? Nobility's gone. It's like, hey, you can. He's like, your son can date my daughter. Wait, didn't your daughter become a custody? Oh shit, that's right. I don't got any daughters.
Whoops.
Jerry, come over here. What, Dad? You're gonna marry Max. What? That's gay. Listen to me, boy. You're gonna be gay for the Emperor of Mankind. I won't do it, Father. So he's like, oh shit, fuck, he's right. I don't got a daughter anymore. Mm. And noble daughters, even after you've conquered all of Terra, the inexorable war machine of the Imperium still requires a constant churn of recruits. That last line is so retarded that I want to say it again. Because we just did a joke about it. The inexorable war machine of the Imperium still requires a constant churn of recruits. How do we make babies?
They don't know.
I'm just curious. Huh? It's like, hey, we need the baby. He's like, sir, Emperor of Mankind's just making female space marines because they are female space marines. And then he's like, bring me more soldiers. But sir, you've taken all the rooms away. Sir, you
I did not. Yes, you did.
There's no more rooms left.
Fuck. I didn't think about this.
I didn't think. He's like, what about the Astra Militarum? I'm pretty sure they probably the Astra Militarum, which is the green soldiers, the guys that are easily killable, and they're pretty much just, you know, meat shields, pretty much. The little green men. Have you seen them? And so they're like the little green soldiers with green helmet. There's sometimes mutant guys, the big dudes. And so you're thinking to yourself, the Emperor of Man is just like, we need more men. And then some fat bitch with Astra Militarum shit is like, sir. And I'm like, what is going on? He's like, I know that there were multiple ways of getting. I know that there were trillions and trillions, and I know there's hive worlds, and I know there's hive like cities, and I know that there's a multitude of different clans and cultures within the Imperium of Man, and having children was both disgusting and normal. Well, there was normal, there was disgusting, and then there was just unholy ways of getting more children. But it makes sense. It only makes sense when the females are. How are you going to make more sisters of battle if you throw them at, making them fucking huge ass bitches? Bro, I'm trying to dissect this because more and more information is coming out of my head. I'm just like, so the sisters of battle, you don't like them. Okay, got it. Because you see a beautiful woman. I know some of them kind of, they probably got like a fucked up jaw and scars and stuff. One blind eye and some, but most of the the sisters of battle were pretty much attractive. They didn't like that shit because you want to know why? They were weaker. They were hotter. Didn't like that shit. Sisters of Silence, beautiful warriors, powerful warriors. Not powerful enough, though. Guess what Henry Cavill likes? The Adeptus Custodes. How do you think Henry Cavill is going to feel when he hears about this? Has that ever occurred? I like how you brought Henry Cavill over to Games Workshop, like like the actual museum that you got, and then you just looked at him like he doesn't have he has no idea what we're gonna do. Because Henry Cavill came in and it's like, yeah, I like the Custodies. Custodies are my favorite. And then Henry Cavill is just sitting there, not even knowing that the people that own the place are looking at him like, man, he has no idea what we're about to do, man. But so I just want to add it with this. 3D print. Stop buying their shit. And if you buy it, copy that shit and then just send it to your friends. Anything that's a codex, anything that you want to mark off. There are no female Adeptus Custodies. They are not canon. Don't buy that sort of slop. Just copy that shit. Because it's just the only way that they'll understand is when they lose money. I know there's a lot of you out there that are kind of like Nintendo fanboys, and you'll just buy whatever you want because your wife is getting fucked by Tyrone, and the only thing that keeps you sane and not putting a gun in your head is fucking Warhammer. But you guys need to fucking buy yourself a 3D printer and make yourself some fucking whatever the fuck you want. We need to start that. We need to go back into, because I know a lot of people like to end videos where it's just like, it's all over, it's done, this is destroyed, it's all over. But I always like to give a little hopium at the end, where it's just like, there's always an option to not buy their stuff. The only way. What happened to Cracker Barrel?
Oh, they went back on that.
Yeah, why?
Because their shit got fucked up.
Did it? Everybody, including the president, the left and the right were like, put that cracker back, which was crazy. It was a weird moment where the left and the right said, put that white man back. And then they were like, then they changed the logo back. And so we need to have that moment to be like, bring it back. Okay, you're not going to put it back. We're not going to buy your shit. We're not going to show up. That's exactly what they did with the Cracker Barrel. We should be doing this for this as well. Abso-fucking-lutely. Anyway. Jesus. It's unbelievable that we have to keep on dealing with this shit. But we have some fucking... Oh, no, you're not going to like this news. Oh, you're not going to like this news. But we're going to talk about it anyway. Yeah, we're going to talk about it. You're not going to like this one. How you doing, chat? Oh, I bet he's pissed. Yeah, he's probably pissed. Henry Cavill's definitely pissed. I'm pissed. I feel for him. There's a lot of stupid people that will still buy this shit. Yes. Woke millennial woman becomes CEO. Who is the CEO? I think it's like a white dude. I don't remember.
Of Cracker Barrel, they changed it, I think, to a woman, yeah.
Oh, no, the CEO for Cracker Barrel, yeah, was white. Yeah. You're talking about... Okay, gotcha. I thought you were referring to Games Workshop. Let Games Workshop stock plummet, then they'll change everything back. It needs to be substantial. Like, I saw it, it was pretty bad, but it needs to be heavily substantial. I like how one person was like, it only went down by 1%. Nigga, 1% in the stock is a lot. I know you can't do math, but in the stock market, 1%. What world do you live in? It only went down 1%. That's billions. That's. Let's just continue. Okay, I could only handle so much stupid. Okay, and that's coming from me. Okay. So, you know how there's Kotaku? And do you know how that there is Polygon and The Gamer?
My favorite outlets, yes.
You're about to get a new outlet. It's called The Mothership. You sound like interesting.
Focused video game site. Why are they announcing this now? They're like fucking 3 years late.
They are late. I like how you just did the Idris Elba thing with the spicy wings. And obviously,
Oh my god.
obvious, lady, the Hawaiian. No. I want to dissect this real quick. First of all, first of all, you look like you could be at least 28, and somehow with your hair, you've dialed up your age to 45. That is insane to me. Oh, he's like, what in your mind? You know what? Let's just move on. I want to concentrate on this. New gender focused video game site Mothership announced. The new publication will focus on gender inclusivity and building community. I didn't hear video games. I didn't hear video games in any of this. It's called the Mothership, all right? Former Polygon editor. Wow, that was quick. That was quick. Former Polygon editors Maddie Myers and Zoe oh my God. Hannah have just announced a new game. I know those motherfuckers. A new game publication with a focus on games, culture. You're not focused on games. Just stop. Community and stories that speak to players of all genders. No, you don't. You definitely don't. So you don't speak on men. So just stop. Just stop. Dubbed Mothership. The site and community was announced today with a full launch due on January 26th. Ain't nobody gonna care. I'm only gonna talk about this now, and once it becomes January 26th, I'm gonna play a video game. And I'm never gonna mention that shit. I'm not gonna do this whole thing. Well, it's here now, boys. I'm just gonna play a video game. That's what I'm gonna fucking do. Because I know fucking Vera Dark is gonna make a fucking video on it. But sometimes when there's a seed and it wants to plant and you don't want that shit to fucking grow, you need to make sure that there ain't no rain or sunshine on the way. But she's gonna fucking make the video anyway, and then she'll be like, and then people will be like, what's this? And then 3,000 or 2,000 people are gonna check it out. But it is what it is. Let's continue. In an intro video, the editors ask interested readers and viewers for their support so the team could produce stories about the state of labor, gender, equity, and culture in gaming while also building on an online community where we all feel comfortable. Go ahead.
See, this is why it's going to be inevitable. Even if Vera Dark doesn't make a video going, hey guys, look, the fucking cringe section has arrived. It opens today. Inevitably, they're going to be on everyone's radar because look at this. The state of labor, gender, equity, and culture in gaming. You know, this is going to be like a news central of shitty articles that people are just going to love laughing at and taking a shit on.
Mm-hmm. I hope they start off with just hating men, and that'll be a good start. That'd be a great start. Because, listen, if you want to hate men, TikTok is where it's at. But if you're going to make an article about it, ain't nobody going to read that shit, honey. Ain't nobody going to fucking read that shit. Go to TikTok where there's a bunch of lonely women saying, is it men's fault again? Go on there. But if you start off, yeah, I don't want, in order for them to solidify themselves in the, in their, to produce like a good article, they have to start with something strong. They can't just go like, so when are we gonna get trans people? By the way, can I talk about something? I am amazed at how much they have dialed back on trans people, especially with Mothership, especially with Starfleet Academy, especially with all these sort of things. They've not only dialed back on doing pronouns, they've also dialed back on the whole trans thing. Have you noticed that?
No, I don't tend to watch much of
No, good.
Stuff
Good.
like that. Starfleet. I don't tend to watch it.
Well, basically, first off, let me check. Didn't put a she, her on here, or she, they. Notice?
Mm.
I'm noticing. I'm noticing they don't do that shit anymore. They're dialing that shit back down. The trans thing is probably still here, but the pronouns thing, they threw that shit out the window. The site is proudly queer and women owned. Then you're not. Let's go back to the let's go back to the all gender. All yeah. Let's go back. All genders, right? All genders. And then what did you say down here? Proudly queer and women. Queer is just gay. Just say it. Just gay. There's no lesbians. There's only gay. See, can I say something about the word queer? It's just gay. Lesbian, it's just a gay woman. The reason why women are so unsatisfied with just being gay, they made their whole new word called lesbian. And then when that wasn't good enough, they just made another word. It was called queer. And then there's another one coming out where that one wasn't good enough, and it's called two-spirited. We are we are on we need asylums back. We need them back now. Please turn all of the United States into an Arkham Asylum. Just
Take a state, make it a fucking asylum.
He's
Hit
like,
them all
listen.
in there.
He's like, listen, stop putting us into the asylum, and we'll just call ourselves gay. He's like, okay, cool. That's a deal. That's a deal. I can make that. And Myers noted in an email that it seeks to really serve and resonate with its intended audience. We're writing for the girls, gays, and theys, and just truly embrace that. Oh, okay.
What the fuck?
And then let's
For
go
the
back to
girls,
this.
gays, all genders,
all
as
genders.
in fucking 236 of them, except
Uh-huh.
male.
Girls, gays, and theys. So basically, just women. Okay, gotcha. She said referencing her roots as a writer for the original iteration of the Mary Sue. He's like, yeah, I know the Mary Sue, co-founded by Susanna Polo. All these fucking cat ladies. Listen. All of you are about to marry yourself and give yourself your own fucking wedding ring. All of you are about to do that. And then once you hit 68, you're gonna be like, I think I fucked up. And then I'll be like, it's too late for accountability now, Susan. It's too late. What the fuck is this? My bad. Teen Vogue, but for video games, is another version of the elevator pitch. Oh, so you guys are definitely not going to make any money. Playing games is always about the nature of.
What the fuck are you talking about?
Bro, what are we? Go ahead.
I don't even know what else to say. It's just fucking retarded. What are you talking about? Playing games is always all on top of that, they go hard. It's like always about the nature of gender identity. Please, Mr. Hardcore, tell me, what the fuck do you think about the nature of gender? What does the nature of gender identity and performance tells you while you're playing some, I don't know, fucking
Just
Doom or Mass Effect?
Just say you're mad that Veilguard didn't make it. Just say it. Just say it. You fucking whores. Just say it. 9 out of 10. Oh yeah, my bad. Maybe it's not a 9 out of 10. Let's make the mothership. Fuck you. That one guy in IGN. Every time when I see this gay shit, I remind that guy that was in IGN. You remember that guy that was in IGN that did the Veilguard fucking thing? You remember that guy?
The review?
I forgot his name. It's not Laura. His name is Larry or something. The name of the person that did Veilguard, the thing for IGN.
The review?
Yeah.
Fuck, I don't know.
Let me look. Lena Hafer. Yeah, his name is Lena Hafer. started that fucking a review.
Oh. Mm-hmm.
He's the same guy that did 9 out of 10 on Veilguard and said, as a gender man myself, as a gender woman myself. And then he also did Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. And then he said, the only person I care about is the black guy. And then he's also the same guy that said that that said, if you add the Gulf of America in your game, I'm docking points. Like anybody's gonna get some of these motherfuckers are gonna give a fuck. Some of these fucking stupid developers are gonna give a fuck. Me, if I was making a game, I wouldn't even talk to a fucking game journalist. Jason Schreier would come out of nowhere and be like, "Would you like to tell people how you're misogynistic?" It's like, are you are you what's the word that he said about AI? He's like, "Are you strong on AI? I hope I am." Gee, I hope I am. I would make a game where these people, even the mothership, would just not even be able to talk to me. They would just be like, listen, I can't, like, they would try to put up a trailer of my game on YouTube and they'll get flagged. And they'll be like, we tried to put a video, we copy and pasted your trailer onto our website, and now you're flagging us for that? But everybody else is putting up like videos of your game. Yeah, but I don't like you, so that's what I would do. I always wondered that. I always wondered that. Do they ask when they try to get a trailer to like somebody makes a trailer on their indie game or AA game, AAA game, and then they put it up online? Do they ever ask?
I think they pretty much just get those as like part of press packages and shit like that.
Like a press package?
Yeah, I think they pretty much just get those things automatically. It's part of the whole access system. More so with the AAA.
Just don't give them a press package.
If you're an indie guy, of course, if you're an indie guy, it's more what do you call them? Basically free publicity, so they probably don't mind either way when it comes to trailers, at least. Now the reviews, of course, I mean, if you were a developer for Black Myth Wukong, how could you not be pissed at them giving you a shitty rating and then the guy going online and saying, fuck you, fucking if you want to play this piece of shit game, pirate it, don't buy it, don't support this. Like, of course you'd be pissed off.
I can't believe they said that. Pirate. Oh, no, now we can pirate IGN. Okay, wow. So I'm just thinking to myself, like, one of these days we're going to run into... I know that people that are making video games are starving for their game to be seen, but I'm waiting for that one developer to be like, if you're any sort of game journalist, you can't touch or talk about my game. I'm waiting. He's going to get a call from Jason Schreier, and then they're going to be like, hey, how you doing? This is so-and-so Studios. This is Jason Schreier. I'm waiting for that. I'm waiting for... I know Sven Vinka is probably like, I'm never calling that motherfucker again. I'm never going to answer his... He's probably thinking that way. But anyway, on the mothership. Original reporting and criticism are crucial parts of the site's remit. Original reporting and criticism are crucial parts of the site's permit per the launch presser. How about facts? How about that? Or are you just gonna because if you just want to make this whole thing could just become like literally just another Tumblr site. I'm wondering to myself if they'll have a comment section on their website. They'll probably fucking close that shit like Kotaku. Kotaku used to have a comment section on their website. They took that shit out. At Mothership, you'll read writing from a diverse roster of women contributors. You'll find reviews, criticism, and biased opinions. Stories about games, depictions of gender, as well as stories about how these games are marketed. You'll get investigative reporting. Investigative? Okay. On the people who make games in an era when DEI is on the wane.
More activism.
More activism. Oh God. We need you, niggers. We need you. We need these black fat women so that the white women can rise up. Don't you understand? Don't you understand? I want to clip that, but I don't have the clip. We need these black people to make the women rise up. You'll read historical deep dives on the games and creators that paved the way, especially those that didn't get due credit way back. I'm sorry, what? You read historical deep dives on the, like you know what history is, deep dives on the games and creators that paved the way, especially those that didn't get due credit way back then. What is that supposed to mean?
Basically, useless shit is what I'm reading here. You'll read historical deep dives on games and creators that paved the way, but paved the way to what? Not gaming, paved the way to their bullshit activism. So maybe they'll dig up a few fucking retards from back then who used to be like, we should have ugly women in the video game. And they're
Yeah.
going to be like, oh, so this here is Karen McCarronson, and she advocated for smaller tits on Tomb Raider for the first time in history. And then you're supposed to read the article and go, oh my god, this is so brave. She's a visionary.
She is strong and brave. Related, Valve tweaks and clarifies AI disclosure rules for Steam. They don't care about AI. The only thing they care about is making sure that their people are in their game. That means voice actors. That means anybody that agrees with them politically. Anything. This is not some sort of let's just you should make the game. But as soon as a game that is towards their aisle, like an AI game, like perfect example, Activision. They had AI blatantly on Activision, but they didn't give a fuck. They gave it a good rating. No, they didn't give it a good rating, but they didn't give a fuck. Nobody cared. Actually,
they noticed it. Of course, they criticized it, but it's like it came and went type of situation. There's basically no noise around it. That's what it's annoying. And then the Game Awards season comes in, and with Larian, they just go in. They make a fuck ton of noise.
So a shooting
they
game.
Know that. Yeah, it's totally inconsistent, like you're saying. Like they don't really give a fuck about that.
That's because it's a manosphere.
If it can't move the needle, they don't give a shit.
Yeah, well, that's the reason though. Because one aspect of the reason why they don't really care too much about Black Ops or anything is because one, Activision has already been fucking up with a lot of people, so a lot of people have tension around buying Activision products. So that's one thing. The other thing is it's just a game for boys. You know what I mean? So they don't really care. It's a game for boys. They play their little shooty pew pew game. However, when Larian Studios does it, when we're out here fucking bears, then we have a fucking problem. Which game are they gonna care about AI? A game where you're shooting somebody in a war torn world or what? I know. Black Ops 7 sucks, but it's still like a manosphere sort of guy bro sort of game. But it's a guy do bro game. It has AI in it. Nobody cares. A game where it's just like, oh, I'm fucking a horse. Like obviously critical role shit. They care whether or not it has AI. Like that's like the main thing because the and also the Sven Vinka did come out and tout themselves as trying to.
Yeah, I think it's always like what you can what they think has more impact in terms of like with Call of Duty. It just is what it is, and it feels like nobody really gives a shit anymore. Like it's not a game that's going to do anything for anyone. With a game like Baldur's Gate 3 or with a game like the French game Expedition 33.
Mhm.
These are like significant games.
Mhm.
These are games that they sense the power in, and so it's like they want to try to basically, I think they try to claim games
Yeah.
in whatever way they can. You know, Veilguard was very significant. It was almost like a symbol. They needed that game to do very well. It
Symbols.
didn't.
That's a perfect example. Symbols.
Yeah,
They,
like
they,
they can have a symbol such as the next Divinity game from this huge goddamn studio who made this fantastic game in 2023 that still manages to get like 100,000 players on Steam nowadays. They can have that shit be a symbol for, hey,
mhm.
AI can be used ethically and not be a problem. Just like they also can have a symbol for, hey, this game doesn't have any black people or queers and it's successful. So they try to claim shit wherever they can. That's why I was kind of that's why I think they paid so much attention to the speech from the lady, Jennifer English, on
Mhm.
that awards show. I think it was the game
Yeah.
Golden Joystick, right? I think
Exactly.
that's why they hyped it up so much and they wrote so many articles and everybody online just fucking Reddit on fire. Oh my god, this is so because they want to try to add that tag to the game. Like everybody knows
Mhm.
Expedition 33 is not a queer game, but if you can kind of retroactively make it sort of queer by saying that the
Mhm.
actors are queer and represent that kind of idea, then you're able to kind of claim a victory as like for the
Yeah.
symbology of the game or whatever the fuck. What basically everything that failed with Veilguard, if you can make it work here and there in other games, great.
Yeah. The a lot of these gamers and mostly journalists, a lot of what they do is they try to put a it's kind of like with redditors, like perfect example, Lords of the Fallen developers can't use their own Reddit or subreddit
Yep.
because their own like fucking uh fan base pushed them out. It's because they're trying to do this whole like, yo, we're the guardians of this game, and as soon as the developers say, hey, do you want male and female, they just kick you out. So it becomes this whole tribalism thing where it's just like it's disgusting. It's like they're
Yep. That's pretty much
searching.
it.
Like a lot of people are, and it comes from both sides, but one side is clearer than the other. Where one side is like, is listen, you have to be us, and if you're not us, you're dead to us. And the other
Yep.
side is like, listen, you have to entertain us, or I'm just not going to buy your game.
Yeah, and it
Uh,
feels retaliatory in a way. It's like even if I see a game getting misrepresented now, like if you take a game and you start telling me, "Oh, this game represents queer values or whatever," like how they try to do with for example with Baldur's Gate or
mhm,
fuck, there was even a recent fucking example of that shit, but I can't fucking remember it anymore.
mhm.
But it's basically when they try to take a game, like Fallout, for instance, they keep trying to take Fallout and say that Fallout is woke, it's anti-capitalist, when the fucking creators already said it's not. And usually, I wouldn't want to get into this political cringe where it's like, no, actually, this video game represents me and agrees with me. But at the same time, I end up doing that because it's fucking retaliatory because there's retards,
I did see your
these woke
your
tards trying to fucking do this. So they're like, no, this game is woke. It represents us. It's queer, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, no, it's not. What the fuck are you talking about? It's like when people do the same thing to Batman recently as well. They make these cringy pieces of fan art of Batman hurting policemen. And it's like, what the fuck are you talking about? What are
um
you talking about?
exactly. Like actually you bring up a good point because you talked about it in your video in relations to the act ban when he brought up like it's like anti-capitalism, what are they talking about? And a perfect two examples were perfect. One, anti-capitalism with Fallout, especially the film series, it wasn't focused on anti-capitalism. the actual fallout was actually focused on war, and war never
Mm-hmm.
changes. Where it was focused on basically America versus China. We had a whole DLC about it, and
Yep.
then you see the series, and it's like we need to destroy everything to get more money. And everybody said that's the dumbest shit that I've ever fucking heard in my
It really
fucking life.
was.
It's the dumbest shit I've ever heard. But it's moments like that where it's just like you're trying to just prop up like anti capitalism, and that was a perfect example. The other one would be, oh my god, please brain, bring it back up because I'm thinking about 500 different things. I gotta stop doing that. The other one would have to be Atomic Heart. Atomic Heart is literally communism. You literally start off in a communist country where it's just robots and a whole bunch of white people. And it's literally anti-capitalism. Nobody said anything about that game. Nobody did. You walk in, there's a parade going on, there's robots, this is a communist country, and they got all this sort of, Russian music playing and all this stuff. You see hot robots and shit. And no part in your mind is thinking it's like, oh, this is anti-capitalism. It's just when you try to fit anti-capitalism where it does not belong within something that is already established. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Where
it's
it's
a
just
little
like,
bit difficult to explain, but you kind of just get it. You're playing, something
yeah,
feels off, and you can tell that you're being
hmm,
preached to about something rather than something that is naturally in the setting, right?
I thought it was weird that he was, the act man was more interested in. Well, first of all, he was looking at a list and he didn't do any, and at the same time, the list didn't have the proper information that he was looking at. So he's just looking at a list, and then I'm over here like, well, did you look up whether or not this thing has DEI or anything? And then he didn't. He's just looking at the list, and then he makes dry, dry fucking jokes, so dry. It makes you want to spit out the fucking chicken. Dry ass jokes. And I'm just like, is he going to not just look at, because if you just look at the list, I get it. Okay? I get it. You're gonna think that this shit is weird. If you're just gonna look at the list, I get it. You're not gonna understand it. But if you, and then at the same time, at the beginning, he was like, yeah, it is happening. And I'm like, nigga,
Yeah,
is it
for like
happening or not?
fucking 8 seconds, he takes the topic seriously, and then he just stops and goes straight into just reading some retarded shit on the list and making fun of it. And shit, I get it. Like I said in the video, I get it. You want to make a video, you want to get like a million
I
views.
know it's happening, but is it really happening? And I'm like, God, he's sounding
No, I
more and more
know
like
that
a
this is
redditor.
happening, but I know that this is happening, but
I
anyway,
think
so
he's
blooms.
he's
Okay.
trying to do the same thing as Angry Joe by just smearing. See, this is the weird thing is he's just trying to smear the average person that dislikes video games and that sort of thing. It's not corrosive in a way, but it does make you disingenuous. You see what
Mhm.
I'm saying? See, this is why. See, Actman is just mad because he's not going to get videos that are shown by Asmongold anymore because Asmongold knows that he's a bitch. Asmongold, he knows. He just knows. Hey, do you think Asmongold stopped watching Actman videos? He used to watch Asmongold. He used to like react to all of Actman like fucking videos, but then he fucking stopped. And then what did Actman do? He went fucking gay. Now he wears the same fucking shirt every fucking episode now. Have you noticed that? I
No.
noticed that. I'm over here just like, you're wearing the same rainbow fucking ugly ass shirt again?
He really took a liking to it, huh? He really liked that shirt. I kind of like this shirt, Maybe in a few years he'll show up with a wig. I mean, who knows, huh?
I have noticed that he has been wearing that shirt. Like in two videos, I was like, bro, I've seen this rainbow shirt. It's like, am I watching the same video? And maybe I'm watching too many videos, but I saw that shirt again, and I was like, bro, I know you got other shirts out there. I know I
I
do
haven't
it.
noticed. I used to watch him a lot, but then
And
it
why are you
just
using the rainbow shirt?
now it's just
You got a girlfriend. What are you doing? Because your girlfriend's gonna show up, and then she's gonna look at you and do this.
not the side eye. Oh shit!
Yeah. I just think this isn't working. Anyway, uh, he's like, if they see other people like themselves, they don't feel like freaks as much. Yes, yes, they really are desperate. This is why they called that one site the mothership. It's because they are looking for allies. He's like, hey, come to the mothership. We got you. You're covered. He's like, everybody, holler at the mothership. That is such a militarized word. So yesterday I saw Ackman and Legendary Drop stream, and no one greeted him like, hey man, good to see you. Like usually when another big creator shows up, damn. Damn, that's I don't know what to say to you, man. It's like no one greeted him. I don't know, man. I don't know what to tell you. A legendary drop said hi to me. I'm nobody. The best way to get your game IP, etc., out into the open and see is through you guys. Only YouTubers that aren't biased or bought. Very true. I would go to Wolfheart. I would go to. I would even go to if I brought out my game. I would go to Wolfheart. I would go to, um, um, what's his name? Slandered Gaming. I would go over to a whole bunch of people. Hell, I would go to Skill Up. I would give it to Skill Up. I would give it to Maddie Plays, and I would give it up to them, and then they could try it. It would feel like my game would be a mix because I'm writing right now. I'm writing and drawing, and I'm trying to create something that is not only dark fantasy but also high fantasy. I'm trying to call it like hope fantasy, where it's just like yes, it's fucking dark, it's gritty, it's fucked up, but it's definitely like there's religion and then there's hope involved if you can make it that way. And I definitely want choices and you know, and I definitely love the class system. You know what I mean? Like paladins. If you're like, I think they did a really good job in Baldur's Gate 3, but the idea of being a paladin was a little bit stupid because it was like you broke your oath and you did something evil, and now you're no longer a paladin. If you want to become a paladin again, you have to pay 3,000 gold. I think that's stupid. I think that's dumb. I think in order for you to redeem yourself and retrieve your paladin powers, is that you have to do something good. No, not pick up trash off the fucking street. You have to sacrifice yourself for someone that is in need. So when you play the game, you don't you literally have to play the game as a paladin with no abilities. And so you have to sacrifice yourself along with your companions, and you have to there I would make it to where you have to take a certain amount of damage. You have to save people. I also want to do like a sort of like pickup system where you can pick up children or like a woman and try to put them to safety and stuff like that.
Oh,
Dragon's Dogma 2 had so many good systems, but then they fucked it up. And then they
can you
had
put
so
in
many
a
systems.
system where you can pick up chicks?
Hmm?
Can you put in a
Oh,
system where you can pick up chicks?
I mean, you could pick. I mean, in Dragon's Dogma 2, you can literally pick up a woman and
No,
her
I mean
ass is
like
showing. Oh,
no, yeah, no,
you
like
mean
kind of like
like
that, but not like that. Like I'm like if
like
I can
dating?
pick up, yeah, yeah, like if I can like find a like an elven lady like with big titties, and I just go, hey,
I mean,
why
I
don't we
already
go
have
over there
one.
to the tavern?
I already have companions in my head, and one of them is an elven lady with big titties. So, I mean, if you want another one, I do have this idea for having the companions to be romanceable. and also a couple of people that are NPCs that are romanceable. But there's a certain thing with some of my characters where it's just like some of your companions can only date. Well, all of them are straight, by the way. By the way, all of them are straight, but some of them only date their own race. Like I have a wolf race, and I was like, I really want wolves to be like really cool looking, but I'm like, am I attracting the furries? I know I'm attracting. You are definitely attracting the furries, but the idea of a fucking of a wizard wolf guy or a wolf thief, using his two daggers and his jaw and biting an enemy sounds so cool. But these motherfuckers are gonna be like, wow, I want him to put his dick in me, and I'm like, oh. So I still want to put them in the game. I also have another I there's the humans have a split class of people where the people that are white are a certain race. Oh, I mean, the humans are all one race, but the ones that are white are like this race, and the ones that are darker are this race. And then
Hmm.
there's a race of Asians that have a distinct look, where part uh they're part Asian and they're part like Drake. Am I saying too much? Is somebody gonna copy my notes? Anyway, they're
Maybe
part Asian but part Drake.
the
Some
mothership is listening. They're gonna fuck
the
up your
mother
game, man.
they're gonna make this
They're gonna give it a fucking 0 out of 10. Too much bigotry.
too much bigotry. They'll
What?
they'll take
Everybody's straight? Oh my god. Oh my
uh,
goodness.
that's what they did to Soul and Ash. That's what they did. I feel like romance in games need to be actual progression. That's what I have. See, you can't romance the wolf guy in your companions unless unless you're a wolf. You can't just be a human or an elf and you want to romance the wolf companion. You can't. I tried to make it less and less furry as I could, and I said, "Oh man, I want to be like some white dude, and the wolf guy is gonna fuck me." First of all, he's a dude. They're all straight. You can't have him fuck you. You have to be a woman, and you have to be a wolf female. So you can't. No, like it's very. What's the word I'm looking for? First of all, you can't have
Racist.
children. Well, yeah, yeah, it is. No, it's not. It's a fucking culture thing. But it's you can't have children. Um, dwarves dwarves have certain runes on their skin from when they're born, which I find fascinating. I'm starting to do the whole dwarf thing. There's also a race of mouse, like a certain mouse, and I always had this idea of a race of mice that have like a cape and a backpack and a sword on their side. And I've seen that sort of art, and I thought, yo, that'd be cool if I was like a mouse and I was running around with a sword in my mouth. I mean, the idea sounds cool. What if I was like
Mhm.
a mouse paladin? I have so many ideas, but I wrote them all down right here, and I'm still working on it. And like I said to all of you guys, you need to go out there and create something. I'm not telling you to go out there and be like, yo, find $1 million and make your game. You have to start from scratch and you have to write. How do you think Tolkien made Lord of the Rings? He went to war, he came back, wrote a book. Done. That's
Mhm.
it. That's all he did. You know what's funny? Is that every motherfucker's like, I love Lord of the Rings. How many gay people are in Lord of the Rings? Uh, that's what I thought. He's like, all these people that are fucking left leaning fucking freaks are like, man, I wish I went back to 1986. And I'm like, you sure about that? Man, I wish I went back to when things were great. You mean back when things were less gay? Hmm. Anyway, we have to talk about, speaking of Lord of the Rings and fantasy and all that stuff, we have to talk about Elder Scrolls 6. Somebody before we talk about this, I feel like romance in games needs to be an actual progression. I firmly agree. Like obviously it's an option, but also it has to have a build up. Like there's a paladin in my story in my that's one of the companions. It's like a white dude, really handsome guy, and he's really kind and a little bit gullible. But like if you do anything as his romance, like you're like there's gonna be brothels in the game. If you try to have sex with anyone, he's out. Like he's done. And I know paladins have a way to do insight to see whether or not you were lying or not.
Oh
And then
shit!
yeah, so paladin, like he's really religious,
Where were you
and
last night? Uh,
yeah,
I was
yeah,
visiting my sister. Liar.
mhm, yeah.
What do you mean with
Uh,
progression? By the way, with what exactly do you mean? Like the
mm,
romance being something that lasts the entire game?
yeah. Later on in the game, there will be a king and queen progression system where you have to take care of your state. You'll have a
Mm,
kingdom, of course. You'll
uh,
have village,
I
and
like
of
that. Yeah.
course, you have to. There's also an ingrained system. By the way, it's a manosphere type of game, and right when you become king or queen, there is an option to put if you get married to if you're a female and you're getting married to a man, you have an option to let the man do all the sort of like leading stuff as being a king, or you could just do it as the queen. Because a lot of women, surprisingly or not, a lot of them just want the man to just do their duty and lead. So I give them the option to be like, hey, do you want to do all the talking as the queen, or do you want him to do it? And then he'll just, you can stop him before he makes any decisions whenever you want. So that way you're not messing up anything. So if somebody says, hey, can we bring these refugees in? And then your companion says, bring them along. And then you could stop and be like, leave those motherfuckers out. He's like, don't listen to my husband. Leave them out. Like, you have an option to do that. But anyway, let's go ahead and do this. Game Rat has a thing, and of course, I don't really care about game. Is Game Rat okay? No,
No.
Game Rat. Game Rat is okay. Not as much as the gamer. But anyway, they said I didn't want to work that way. Former Elder Scrolls lead explains why he left ahead of the Elder Scrolls 6. This is by Aaron McKinley in the Gamer Rant. Let's go ahead and read this because I'm interested in seeing how he felt about Elder Scrolls 6. Let's go ahead and read this. Banner. Ooh, somebody mentioned Bannerlord in chat. Nice. Bannerlord was kind of like that. I loved Bannerlord. Loved it. Former Bethesda lore master Kurt Coolman says broken promises and dissatisfaction with how the studio worked drove him to leave instead of working on the Elder Scrolls 6. By the way, you can stop me at any time that you want. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All eyes have been on Bethesda lately as the Fallout series jumps back into mainstream popularity and anticipation. Woo! The
God damn.
anticipation. Yeah, I know. Anticipation over the sequel to Skyrim grows. While there's still a lot of fans don't know about Elder Scrolls 6, they do know it won't have one of the TES former leads, and now it's clear why. Now, you do remember hearing about why they brought out the Elder Scrolls 6 trailer, the teaser trailer, so early. Was the reason was they didn't want there was a reason. I think the reason was they didn't want you to like feel like it wasn't happening. It was some dumb reason. It was like
Mm-hmm.
it's like, hey, we're making it, but we're just working on a fucking space game. So they just wanted to have hype so they can bring their stock up, basically. So when people get hyped over Bethesda, their stock goes up, and that's the reason why. That's been dwindling, however, because that's been like 6 years ago. There hasn't been a new mainline Elder Scrolls game in over a decade. Damn. But by the way, I firmly believe that Bethesda has stopped right at Fallout 4. Do you agree or disagree?
Stopped what?
It stopped at Fallout 4.
I can't hear you.
Oh, am I not loud enough?
Can you repeat it?
I believe that Bethesda has stopped since Fallout 4. I think that was their stopping point. I think they stopped growing. They stopped growing at Skyrim,
Mhm.
but I think Fallout 4 just solidified it.
Yeah, it's like they made Skyrim, and that went well. Then they shifted over to Fallout 4, and they made some decisions in that game. Like, it's a game that I still enjoy, but it feels like the game had some decisions
Mhm,
that were straying away from what Bethesda should be, or
mhm,
from what their games should be like. And then from that point, it's like you either listen to the community and you correct your direction in the future, or you just keep going, and essentially it means that you're fucked. And I think that they went in the wrong direction for sure. Like Fallout
mhm.
76 was, I mean, holy shit.
Yes.
It was a shock, honestly. To this day, I'm still looking at 76 like, what the fuck are you doing? And the drama around it was so huge. Like, it wasn't even just that the game was a huge what the fuck scenario, but then there was like a whole year of failures, like a helmet that was toxic or whatever the fuck, something to do with a bottle of Nuka Cola, then
Mhm.
the subscription service, the game still having bugs, etc. And then Starfield comes out, and Starfield was where I was like, oh fuck, it's over, because they
Yeah.
changed so many of the game
The
design
writing
decisions,
is
that
just gone.
the writing too, and then like the moment to moment gameplay that I would enjoy playing all the Bethesda games for, which is you're exploring, you're finding your own adventure basically organically across the way. That changed as well. Like, that
Mhm.
Starfield does not have that anymore.
Yeah. I think Fallout 76 feels like a advertisement to Fallout rather than a video game for Fallout because uh, I mean, look at the costumes. Look at how they treat their trailers every time when they have a DLC. It just feels like, you remember the pit, and I'm like, are you fucking serious right now?
Yep.
And it doesn't. When the pit came out, I was like, you guys have no ideas, do you? You have no new ideas, period. And so it just like the series where it's like, oh, let's have the characters just walk all over the New Vegas and just destroy everything that was once great. And so somebody said Starfield could have been cool. They should have just paid for the Star Wars a license. There was a mod that was out for Starfield, uh and it's good, but uh, it's I just don't really care about it. I think right now for Fallout is every time when they have a game that comes out, they have to come out of nowhere and just fuck everyone. Like Fallout 4 was fine, and then they came back with some anniversary shit and fucked everyone. Anyone, even if you're buying the game or you have mods on the game, they fucked everyone. And now they did that for Skyrim, and then they did the whole thing with the anniversary for Skyrim, fucked everybody's mods up. So it's at this point where it's just like, I don't want you to bring any games out because what if I'm going to be that guy that waits for Elder Scrolls 6 to come out, let it come out for 2 or 3 years, get all the mods that I want, and then have it the way I want with all its DLCs. And then guess what's going to happen on the fourth year or whatever? There's going to be an anniversary edition. And all this shit that I had is just destroyed. And the only thing that they're going to add is a store, and they'll be like, "Hey, you remember this in Skyrim? You remember?" He's like, "Y'all motherfuckers need Talos. Well, you can get the Talos shirt in your game." And I'm like, "Are you fucking serious right now?" So it just feels like everything is trying to be a prop within Bethesda. But let's continue. There hasn't been a new mainline Elder Scrolls game in over a decade, but there has been a few promising signs recently. Bethesda boss Todd Howard has said the Elder Scrolls 6 is progressing well. That doesn't mean anything. And that most of the studio's developers are now working on it. One notable member of Bethesda royalty who is not working on it is Coleman, who left the company in 2023 after serving as a writer and lead designer on games like Skyrim, Oblivion, and Fallout 3. Sounds like you need this guy. To name a few. Now, more than 2 years later, he sheds some light onto that decision. I am so interested in why. Former Elder Scrolls lore master left Bethesda after 20 years because of slow rolling changes. I agree with him. But let's continue and hear exactly what he's talking about. Speaking to PC Gamer, Coleman said he became dissatisfied with how Bethesda changed as the company grew. As the company expanded from a small team to a larger, more corporate beast, project leads had to become more managerial and less directly involved in development. I agree. I don't think Todd Howard is doing any. I think he's doing managerial shit. I don't think he's making anything.
Yeah.
Coleman says, I didn't want to work that way because I like making games and being hands on. Firmly agree. And says that increasingly complicated layers of management lead to communication issues and poor decision making. Absolutely, 100%. This echoes this.
Too many fucking people.
Yes, too many people.
Cooks in the kitchen, as they say.
Too many cooks. How many writers do you need, honestly? This echoes the sentiment of another ex-Bethesda devs, Nate Porcupine? I did my best. Who said Starfield fell flat because developers had limited freedom as teams grew and became more bureaucratic. You set yourself up.
I hate corporatization of studios, dude.
Yeah, I do. Question. Before they got acquired by Microsoft, did they have a choice whether or not to be bought out? We're talking about Bethesda.
I think so.
Because
then again, who knows, right? But they were all fucking happy about it. Like, oh, Xbox has been a partner for so long, so this was actually a very natural step in our relationship. I remember like a quote, something along those lines from Todd Howard and Pete Hines.
Mm-hmm. It kind of reminds me of BioWare and Beamdog, or these other like developers, these old heads from like KOTOR days and stuff like this, where I'm just looking at BioWare, and I'm just looking at. I think BioWare came from like before BioWare. They had. How is it? Because I know that was BioWare always. Did BioWare start at EA, or were they BioWare before they joined EA? That's a good question.
I think they were before already. I'm not sure though. I don't know much about BioWare. I know that they did like Baldur's Gate way back then.
Yes, BioWare existed and was a successful developer for over a decade before Electronic Arts acquired them in 2008. With BioWare creating classics like Baldur's Gate, Star Wars, Knights of the Old Republic before the purchase. Here's what I got to say. Nick, you were already great. Why did you need to get with him?
Yeah.
You were already great. You already had it. You had room for growth.
Yeah,
see.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead, because I've talked so much, and I'll say what I gotta say.
It's just fucking frustrating. We see it so often, like CD Projekt Red doing the same exact thing. Like, you're doing well. You're doing so good. You come out with a fantastic, you grow organically. You make Witcher 1, then you make Witcher 2. It's way better than the first. Then you make the third one and you kill it.
Mhm.
Then you build Cyberpunk, right? And that was a whole issue because they were way too fucking ambitious. They didn't have the fucking skills to pay the bills, so the fucking thing took forever. It was a huge project. They wanted to make it like a huge open world GTA like type of thing. Organic systems like the police coming after you. They wanted to make you a whole ass fucking mercenary who lives in this city, who's able to buy fucking property and shit. Like their ideas were crazy. They made the game, they fucked up at launch, then later on they reinvested into the game, fixed it up, released a killer fucking expansion, and boom, Cyberpunk is now in a great spot. But
Mhm.
why the fuck are you corporatizing yourself now, cucking
Yeah.
yourself out to these companies, bringing in some fucking money? Now you got you're making a fucking campus
Because
because
they
it's not
gave
enough
up.
to have a
They
fucking studio.
they gave up on risking. They gave it up. They gave up on risking. They have no more ideas anymore. But some of them have ideas. But the people that have ideas are not being heard from the person that believes, oh shit,
Yeah,
we're
you
at
got the
risk.
creatives want to make something, and then you
Yeah.
got the corporate types on top who are like, no, we can't make things like that anymore because that's not how we do things now. Now we're a big corporate studio and we need to expand this, that, and the other. And then, of course, guys like this who are used to being hands-on in the game, they're the ones on top. It's like, okay, so from now on, you can't make the game. You're going to manage retards who are going to be making the game for you, and then some people just quit. Like also the guys from Rebel Wolves used to be fucking developers from CD Projekt Red, and they just dipped out.
And it's like I feel like they're it feels like they're a farm, and their plant their growth is happening. They could see sprouts, but they saw, nah, man, let's just buy a fucking let's just buy a fucking warehouse and then just have this shit just print fucking food. It's
Mm-hmm.
like or they're just like, you know what? How about we just, replace our farm with holographic, already looking plants? And I'm just like, why can't you just wait? Why can't you just wait for your plants to grow, and then you could have a successful studio? But they don't want to go between those moments, between being a sprout and then growing into what you could actually become. They see that process and they get so fucking scared. So scared. And I get that. But when you see a multitude of these developers do the same exact thing, and then they bitch and moan like, oh man, corporations, and then they make these corporation games, and I'm like, Outer Worlds 2, and I'm like, nigga, you sold yourself. Shut the fuck up, bitch. Shut up, bitch. He's like, oh man, it's like corporatism is bad, right? Nigga, Obsidian, you used to be great. Now Microsoft, you got Microsoft in your mouth. Okay? Clean up that little shit on your lip. So it's just like there's and their game comes out, it's all samey, it's all mid. You're just wondering to yourself, why the fuck did they even bother? Perfect example would be Starfield. I don't remember the fucking story. Space magic. Oh, you want me to replay the game until I put it? Nope, don't say that. I was about to. I was about to say something extreme. You want me to keep on replaying the game until I, you know? And I'm just like, that's such a dumb fucking idea. First of all, if you want me to replay the game to have a different outcome, first of all, the first outcome has to be fun. That way, when I replay the outcome and then have a different, progression than the second outcome, that way I can have even more fun. But if you start off the game with white bread, and then you say if you finish the game and go new game plus, and then replay the story over again, you'll get a different outcome. It's like, bro, if you eat this piece of loaf bread, the second time you go through the process, guess what? A second piece of loaf bread, bro. And after you're done with that, after you're done with the second story, once you go through it a third time, bro, 3 loaves of bread, son. Holla back. And I'm like, I don't want bread. I want meat. I want cheese. And I'm just like, let's continue this because it's it's waste. It's so much of a waste with a lot of these developers where I'm just like, you could make something great if you took away the bureaucracy, but they're so hungry for bureaucracy. It's like, man, I hate and I get Coleman. Coleman gets it. Coleman was in there for 20 years, and he was like, listen, all right, I'm like, sooner or later, you're so comfortable. Some people are like to be comfortable with their game developer job to where it's just like they're numb inside. This guy Coleman, he was like, nah, son, I'm too comfortable. I listen. I know I like to make games. I like to be in that shit. Maybe that's why James Olin, that was doing Exodus, probably left because it was too managerial. He wanted to be hands on. But let me continue with this. Outside of leaving him with less engaging work, Coleman claims these slow rolling changes affected the quality of Bethesda's games. Yes. Yes. The ex lore master praises Todd Howard's prowess as a designer, but laments how he got pulled away from development as the company grew. That's because every motherfucker came out like Todd Howard God mode. And I'm like, is he that great? Is he that great? Bro, this guy's 4 feet. He can't be that great. He's like, it, and we gotta go back to bullying these developers, okay? Not putting our hands on them. We need to keep on telling them, you're a bitch. All right? You're a bitch. No, because if we do this, then they're gonna be like, bro, is this your game?
Hey, yeah, it's true, man. It's true. You got the fucking thing in his he got a like an interview kind of thing where he's talking about how they used to make fun of him for being in the chess club. And so and then he's like, who's laughing now? Who's laughing now? And he did that shit after he released Oblivion. They mocked his ass, and then he made Oblivion. So you're right. We gotta take a shit on these developers so they'll make another.
We need to show up at Bethesda in jock jackets and like football gear and be like, yo, look at this short ass nerd, bro. He making Starfield. Ain't nobody like that shit, bro. And then we just dance in front of his fucking garden and shit. Hey, yo, you ain't making shit, bro. And then say some lame joke like Elder Scrolls 6, more like Elder Scrolls Sex. And I'm like, and we need to he needs those bullies back because he needs to get, because I know he's about to leave here soon. I don't know when.
Fucking look at him coming out in another presentation with that same ass fucking jacket and like, hey, what are you fucking mom dressing you or some shit?
It's like, yes, your mom dress. He's like, what, bro? Why are you wearing those? He's like, bro, I'm so glad you wore those tight jeans because I see no bowl. So you need that. So basically what I mean is you need to go back to the basics. You need that struggle. You need that risk factor to make video games. Otherwise, comfortability is probably the biggest sin. Like, I think it's not lust. I know there's a lot of different like gluttony and all this stuff, but I think like envy and all this stuff, but I think like gluttony is the biggest one because it's just you're comfortable with making another Fallout 76. You're comfortable with making another Skyrim style game that's just like the other Skyrim. It's like, hey, we made it a sandbox. Now you can now you can turn your ship into a gun.
Yeah, and too comfortable with like just making mistakes, too comfortable with not going above and beyond, too comfortable with like just having something where someone says, okay, this is enough, and then nobody's there to push them to be like, okay, it is enough, but enough is not enough, so why don't we just push for some more?
Yep, complacency. Exactly.
Like, shouldn't just be what, like, a lot of developers over time, especially, I'd like to say the golden age, but everybody has a different idea of the golden age. Like whenever I talk to older dudes, They tell
Mhm.
me that like the golden age was way before like even PlayStation 1 and shit, like way back then that was the golden age. So I don't like to go over the golden age because for me the golden age was the fucking 360. That's when I was a kid. I was playing a lot of video
Mhm.
games and it just looked like it was just good shit coming out, good shit after good shit after good shit.
The first
And
Gears of War. Oh my god.
and it feels like developers were like, okay, this is good, how do we take it to the next level? And now
Mhm.
there's a lot of complacency. They just, you know,
Speaking of
Outer
next
Worlds
level,
is a river of complacency. You
yeah.
play the Outer Worlds, it's fucking dead. It's like it's this monotonous experience
Mhm.
that just doesn't feel like anything. I'm just going through the motions, and it's because I want to make a video on it. Otherwise, I would have already ditched it.
Mhm. Exactly. I think Avowed is another thing where it's just like you can't steal anything, and it when
Yep.
you no, like everybody's like, yeah, just cool, yeah, yeah, steal whatever you want. I'm like,
In a
what the fuck?
world where you don't have like Xbox and the Game Pass serving as a fucking safety net for you to fall comfortably
You know,
in a
pillars.
world like that, how would you ever, as a developer, think
Hmm.
of an RPG, especially think that Avowed came out in a acceptable, fucking
Hmm.
state?
Yeah, exactly. And it's like the fact that in Avowed you can't steal anything, but you play Pillars of Eternity 1 and you could steal something and somebody says something about it. That's crazy. That small ass fucking game
Yeah, and
you
you'd
can get in
think that
trouble with stealing. And
and you'd think that that's the type of game where a developer would think like, oh, let me take it easy, because it's not even a game that kind of gives you that inclination to steal.
mhm,
I mean, you can say it does, right? It's still an RPG, it's just from a different perspective. But when you're down in the world in first person, you just want to interact with everything that's in front of you. And so you
mhm,
see a store or whatever, or a
mhm.
house, and you want to break into it, you want to see what you can loot. That's the whole thing with like fucking games like Kingdom Come Deliverance. You start poor, you got nothing. What do I do? Steal whatever the fuck I can from that first village. And
That's the
then Avowed,
innovation I
you
like.
couldn't do anything.
Mhm. And so you see these developers, they they start off strong with many ideas and a lot of innovations and a dream. And then they come out, like we said before, they got real comfortable because Microsoft will always make sure that they land on their feet. They bring, which is weird because Grounded is the only game I'm looking at which has a it did by the way, did you see the developers for outer for Avowed when they came out and they were just like, yeah, we got new stuff. Yeah, you can become a you can become whatever race you want. You can be the furry people if you want. And then the Grounded 2 developers came out. One guy was smiling the whole time. He's like, "Hey man, we got new mounts, son. We got." I was like, the difference between these two like interviews was like night and day. Because they know Grounded is doing well because it's got something. I mean, and you see Avowed and you're like, yeah, I ain't touching that shit. I ain't touching that shit. So let's continue with this. It's like Mr. Hardcore mode. More should happen if you steal, jail, fine, chop off a finger or hand, etc. Something like that. I think that's one thing that I kind of like with KCD too is the fact that you can have a game over screen when you do too much bad shit, and I find that innovative. Now we hear people saying, "You got to stop at AI, guys. Guys, we got this is where we stop with innovation. We got to stop with AI." And I'm like, "Nigga, since when the fuck did we start stopping innovation?" I get it. I get it. They're these corporations trying to own housing and AI, structures, and I get it. The whole, buying PC parts, but telling developers, hey, the innovation stops there, okay? Okay, Larian? The innovation stops there. Fuck that shit. So, outside of leaving him with less engaging work, Coleman claims these slow rolling changes affected the quality of Bethesda's games. The ex lore master praises Todd Howard's prowess as a designer, but laments how he got pulled away and developed as the company grew. And Coleman says projects suffered without his input and guidance. These worries over how studio size affects game quality aren't unique to Bethesda. Just recently, Clair Obscur. I'm really worried about Clair Obscur because they're starting off strong, and then somebody's bro. The same people that are trying to buy Space King, there's probably somebody trying to buy Clair Obscur. Okay,
Uh-huh. Yep.
it's the same thing. Has no plans to expand because it believes having leadership be hands on helps produce a better, more creative game. Good, good. Growing pains were not the only thing that caused the Elder Scrolls to lose its longtime lore master. Coleman says Howard had initially promised him the lead's design role on TS6, and that work would begin on it after Fallout 4. However, Bethesda went on to focus on Fallout 76 and Starfield instead of starting work on TS6 in earnest. And when the time did finally come, upper leadership told him he would not be the lead after all. That's fucking weird. The revelation, on top of growing disenchantment with Bethesda's operations, ultimately pushed Coleman away from the company. While TS6 may benefit from other veterans joining Bethesda, it's unclear how Coleman's departure will affect the series going forward. It's not going to do too well. It, it, it comes a point in
If this
comes a
guy was
point.
promised a role when the company was making better games, and now suddenly he's not fitting to lead the future games, that to me tells me that they got the wrong idea of where the fuck they should be going, like their direction in
Mhm,
terms of what games they're making. And it's several decisions that they do with that as well. I hate
mhm,
whenever they just got like people leaving and shit.
mhm.
Like the composer is gone as well.
Yeah,
This is like a minor thing, but to me is not even minor. It's huge. I can't imagine an Elder Scrolls game without Jeremy Soule making the music for it.
yeah, exactly. Ex- exactly. Did he leave or was he let go?
There was drama between him and the fucking studio because there was something to do with like a something to do with a concert or whatever, and he didn't get paid. Then there was a lot of controversy. He got allegations made against him from some idiot who
Why
fucking
am I?
says that
Why?
he
Why are we
assaulted
hearing
him or whatever.
allegations from veterans all the time?
Yeah, and I actually went through them last year, or actually in 2024. I went through them. It was a mess. There was so much fucking text that I had to go through. This motherfucker starts telling the story like 7 years prior to whatever the fuck happened. Uh, and it was just in like, imagine reading like fucking 100 pages of something, and not
Mm,
in a single thing. There's not a single like
mhm.
direct quote that is like, oh my god, this guy, he really did this, or oh my god, this is a really bad thing that he did. Like, there was not, it was just a bunch of fucking, oh, and I did this, and I was at the studio, and there was a lead, and they treated me poorly, and then I had to leave, and they didn't pay me. Like, there was one claim about not getting paid that is fucked up. And this is
Yeah,
all before Bethesda. Like, this is all shit that happened years ago. But
crazy.
all the other shit in relation to like sexual assault and stuff like that, I was like, dude, get the fuck out of here,
Get
man.
the fuck out of here with that bullshit.
And
That's
then
not.
and it's nothing proven and etc. Like, everything is fine, but then shit's just started to happen between Bethesda and the composer, which is not new either. You got also Mick Gordon, who made the music for Doom. He's out. He didn't make
Damn.
the
Yeah,
music for
he's out.
Doom Dark Ages. He's also out, and it's the same thing. Little
Yep.
spats with Bethesda. I don't know what the fuck they're doing with their composers, but
Bro,
it
I'm
sucks,
gonna be
man.
honest with you. Whatever Mick Gordon wants, he gets. Bro, you can't mimic that shit.
Yeah,
They tried to. It didn't
exactly.
fucking work.
It
It's
really
like
doesn't.
it stopped at Doom Eternal. And so he's like, did he kill anybody? No. Did
Nope.
we pay him? No. Pay him. I will not pay him. Then you're fired. Here's your payment. He's like, here's your payment, Mick Gordon. He's like, that's it's so simple. And I get it that Mick Gordon wants to make more music. But this is what I heard, that there was a thing about Mick Gordon making, like, taking too long. But I would have plans. I'd be like, yo,
Who
he
gives
wants
a
to keep on
fuck? They
making.
take forever making the
I,
games
I
anyway.
I think it's bullshit, but I can work with that. If he wants to keep on making more and more music for Doom, I could work with that. I'll say, give me what's a good album number of songs? 13. Give me 13 songs. I'll take them. Anything extra, I'll put it in the bonus track. So we'll get two. And he's like, okay, cool. And if you got any more than that, we'll put it on the third bonus track. And then people will be like, bro, did you get have you seen like CDs where it's like, yeah, he's got a bonus track. I've seen those. And so
Mhm.
that's an easy way to work with somebody right then and there. So it all just comes down to, it's like, what the fuck is the corporations doing? That's the biggest thing. It's like, hey, give me these 13 songs, and then anything extra, we'll put it in the bonus track. You'll get paid for it, yada yada. So it's just, let's continue with this because I want to finish this off on this one. Despite these broken promises and frustrations, the former lore master holds no hard feelings. Coleman says the larger, more corporate way of running things isn't necessarily wrong, but isn't what he wants to do. Well, I disagree. Like, he's right. When he says isn't necessarily wrong, it means that he's probably saying it's half wrong. So it's just like, it's useful, but it's not the way we should do things. So in actuality, what he's trying to say is we probably don't really need them. That's what he's trying to say.
Yeah,
He
the
also,
more examples you take from other studios doing the same thing
yeah,
and screwing up, the more and more you get this sense that it is the wrong way to do it. But of
yeah,
course, there's always this thing of you thinking like that the fault lies on retarded higher ups who just
yeah,
don't understand. Like, the truth is, you can have a bit of a more corporate leaning towards your studio if you grow and you're like super big and you want to like expand and get more games going. But the problem is, it's like they don't know how to manage it. It's like the money
mm-hmm.
comes in, they expand, but when you look at the games, they're not making more games and they're not making them any faster.
Yeah.
Shit's just slower, less games in less time.
Yeah, it turns out with if you got 5,000 people working on something, or something like Ubisoft where it's 19,000 people. I know that's less now, but when you have more people, the game's going to take longer to make because there's not only too many mouths to feed, there's also too many people having, like, it's like you got this many writers, you got this many like programmers, you got this many coders and all this stuff. And now when you have 30 people like Claire Obscure, it's just like, I know exactly who's working on what and what they need to do. That's like a good way of doing things. And so when you run into something where it's just when we're talking about necessarily wrong, I think it's like this. It's like you make a studio for your dev team, and then you buy, and then you uh construct way too many bathrooms. You're like, oh, I'm glad that we got more bathrooms, but we need more bathrooms? That's what it is. He's like, yeah, I'm glad that the we got the corporate way of running thing isn't necessarily wrong, but do we need it? Do we need this much? It's like we were fine just the way we were when we were making New Vegas. Let me finish this. He also states it may be best for both sides that he's not in charge of the Elder Scrolls 6 narrative, as he'd want to make it the franchise's version of The Emperor Strikes Back, but admits a what? As he'd want to make it the franchise's version of The Emperor Strikes Back. That sounds kind of cool, but admits a cliffhanger ending wouldn't fit Bethesda's slow release pace. That's, you got a good idea here. We
Yeah,
could
just
we could
stop
workshop
being
that.
so fucking slow. My God, you got so many employees. Get a fucking team working on Elder Scrolls at all times
Mm-hmm.
and another team working on Fallout. That way you don't have to release a game every 20 fucking years.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Because
To
I
his
can
point.
see maybe
Yeah.
this
Go ahead.
guy wants to like do something a little bit more serious because of the way that they left the last story.
Mhm.
in Skyrim, where now we got this whole thing with the Aldmeri Dominion and shit. We got the Empire. Also, there's like a stalemate basically going on. A truce,
Mhm.
an easy truce, uneasy. I mean, and of course, you also have the Civil War in Skyrim, and then the Hammerfell area, which is supposedly where the game is going to take place, is also independent from the Empire and fighting off Aldmeri invaders. Like you got a lot of shit happening in the Tamriel geopolitics setting, and this
Mhm.
guy has the right idea of it. He wants to make something exciting with it, but of course he
Mhm.
doesn't want the next sequel after that to be like 10, 12 years down the fucking line.
It's crazy
Like,
because this is another developer that's not saying that he's dried up. He's basically saying I got more ideas, but I can't do it here.
yeah, that's
It's
why he wants to
another
leave.
developer. Another developer that says I am
Another good lost, you know?
yeah, exactly. To his
It's
point,
supposedly
TES six was first revealed 7 years ago. It's 7 years ago. And it's been 14 years since Skyrim came out. So a similar gap between TES. I already know all this. Like the rest of the Elder Scrolls fans will have to wait and see how the story does play out. I I'm gonna tell you this right now. By the time that this game comes out, there's already 5 different Skyrim like games.
and it's probably going to be safe as fuck.
Yeah. Yeah,
Like the
yeah, they're
story, whatever they're working on, it's probably going to be safe and just weak.
exactly. And it's sad to see, but at the same time, I'm
I
I'm
miss, like, you've been playing Mass Effect. I miss that kind of thing where we had like this hype fucking story just going beat after beat after beat
yeah.
in quick
It's
succession. Oh, they're using assets. I don't care. Just give me a good fucking game. How
exactly.
much
I
is
don't
it?
care.
$60. Let's go. Let's get this story out of the way.
It's like I see the story is so well done and the action's so well done. The mods are great, and it's I know I'm using the same weapons. I do wish the RPG aspect of Mass Effect One would follow suit, but I'm having so much fun with minuscule amount of. It's not an open world. It's just not.
Hmm.
So I'm playing this game and I'm just like, he's like, yo, I'm deep in. I'm pause, but yeah, you know, you're immersed, and Skyrim has that. But if you can't, the fact that it's so crazy because Skyrim you can go anywhere and it feels like a fucking painting, and then you play Starfield, nothing feels like a painting. That's
That's
so
100%
crazy.
not.
Everywhere you go in Skyrim, you feel like you can take a smoke break. That's so crazy.
Mhm.
And then you tell me that they fucked over the fucking. I would never fuck over the music guy, especially when everybody still
Music plays
plays
a
their music.
huge role in that
Matter of
feeling. Like, the music really helps.
As a matter of fact, I'm gonna do that right now. I want to check how many people got Skyrim on their Spotify. Let me give me 1 second. I'm not gonna play the music because yeah, of course.
I listen to the soundtrack all the fucking time. Sometimes I'm
Ch-
writing a script, I'm using, like, some a playlist that I got. I got one for Oblivion, one for Skyrim, one with randoms from, Morrowind as well. Fucking,
mm-hmm.
the CD4, Jeremy
Mm-hmm.
Soule Atmosphere CD4 of Skyrim, like, I use that shit to sleep.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I got some Baldur's Gate like 1 and 2 music played on loop. I got some KCD music on loop. I am looking at this and I'm trying to look for the amount of people that have saved their music. Like a lot of people just, like the music. Don't play the music, please. Well, exclude timer artist. Go to the artist. Almost 1 million people on Jeremy's Soul. How many people for Elder Scrolls? Um, 1 million as well. Oh, gee, right there, right there. Holy crap! 96 million, 52 million for the streets of Whiterun, 52 million, 52 million, 64 million, 38 million. Good Lord. They're widely loved. Yeah. So yeah, that'll be us. Sometimes leaving a company is healthy. Go out and make your own game company, and empires rise and fall. Absolutely. I think a lot of there's a video game that I used to play where there was, I think it was Final Fantasy 14, where there's an umbral and an astral. Basically, there's a rise and a fall, and you always have to come back. There's a golden age and then there's a dark age. So yeah, you always got to find that like if it's not working over there, make your own stitch. And so
Mhm.
it's the best way to make yourself wake up early in the morning is to be like, instead of waking up going, how about I just complain about DEI again? And I'm like, no, I want there to be hopium. I really do. I want there to be hope for a lot of people out there, and to make their own thing. And yeah, definitely, absolutely. I think we got one more story left. Are you a Star Wars fan?
Somewhat. I don't follow any of the new shit though.
Oh yeah, definitely. I get that. Um, let's see. Go ahead. Yeah, I think this one's good. Let's do this one. God, I wish Bethesda was good again. I don't think it's gonna happen. Thank you for all being here. Appreciate the love and support. If you want to leave a like, cool. If you don't want to leave a like, that's all good too. I usually
Techno
follow
just made
people and
another great point on the chat. Way too much restrictive bullshit.
yeah.
You're not free, like if you even if you have the right idea, even if you know your audience and you know that some safe bullshit story is not going to work, you still can't fucking say it.
hmm It's not optimal when you can get pulled to HR for literally anything like writing too many. That's why Tim Kaine got let go, because Tim Kaine, he was the one that worked on New Vegas, and I heard he was going back to Obsidian, but he told a story about like, hey, I need you to work on this. Please get it done. And so he, the person that was supposed to get the work done went to somebody that he was working with and said, "Hey," he's like, "he didn't like the way you said it. He sounded like you were being mean." And I'm like, "Yo, if I had I want to make a studio just to fire people if I found somebody like that, bro.
Oh my, it would be so fucking satisfying.
Oh, bro, that's because I firmly believe I cannot make a video game if I'm not like lead. If I'm not lead, I'm not making the video game. Like point blank, period. Because you want to know why I love cutting the grass? Because I love getting rid of weeds. I love it. It gets me hard when I get rid of weeds. And that cock of a fucking person that was working with Tim Kaine, I would throw him out myself. I would do it.
Also, have you heard Tim Kaine speak?
Yeah.
This dude doesn't sound like, and like, in order for you to get anger or whatever out of him, you gotta be fucking delusional or some shit.
Yeah. Like he like this Tim Kaine's like telling you to do something. Obviously, he doesn't sound like he sort of sounds like Dave Filoni, but he does have he does like, hey man, get this stuff done, and I like that. I like to get stuff done. I like it when I'm working with somebody that wants to get stuff done, and I'll do it. But the one person that he was working with was a fucking beta simp. And he was just like, it's like, oh man, you don't like the way he's talking to you? My bad, bro. My bad.
Get the fuck out.
Pick up your stuff and get the fuck out. Pick your stuff up and get the fuck out.
Like, what are we doing here?
It's like, well, I'm gonna tell people online. Tell them online while you're unemployed. Tell them,
Tell everybody.
tell everybody. And they'll scream about it for 15 hours and then leave.
All
Unbelievable.
this shit about wanting everybody to have a voice, like what's written on the CD Project Red website. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? I don't want everybody to have a voice. The people who have a great idea of what the fuck to do in a video game, those are
Yeah.
the ones that I want to have a voice. Whoever the fuck directed like Witcher 3 and shit like that, people who know what they're doing, I want them to have a voice. Some retard shows up and it goes, I think that we should. No, shut up.
Shut
Go
up.
fucking design the fence posts and shut the fuck up.
It's
That's
like
your job.
it's like one guy hits on a girl in my fucking studio, and he's like, well, he's harassed. He's like, he's fucking what am I gonna hear? What am I gonna hear from that? He's like, well, he's like, he touched me. Well, I got cameras. Did he touch you? No, he didn't actually touch. So you lied. Is that what you're saying? Well, it's like, you're fired. You're fired. You're fired. But what if he just what if he just hit on you? What if that is like, it's like, because I'm HR and I'm like, are you interested? Is that what's gonna happen? Is she says no? Are you gonna move on, dude? Yeah, I'm gonna move on, dude. Then we're done here. Okay? Then everybody get back to fucking work. He's like, if I hear you complain, woman, if I hear you complain, you're out. It's like, but what about him? Don't worry about him. Don't worry about him. I got him on lock. He's like, I'm more
like a meter. There should be like a meter where you measure what do you call it? Like problems in the studio, like the morale and shit. There should be like a little meter, and every time you make a stupid ass complaint, it should like go up. The meter should go up into the red, and as soon as you hit the cap, you get the fuck out. You're the one causing way too many fucking problems.
Yeah.
All these fucking complaints coming from you. Just get out.
Yeah, just get out. It's like, I don't care if the guy's hitting on you. He's like, if you said no and he's not touching you, he's not bothering you anymore, then the fuck? He's like, you're a pretty girl. He's gonna hit on you, and then he's gonna. You ladies always talk about shooting your shot. He shot his shot and he lost. He's like, as long as we can keep on going back to work, I don't give a fuck. I honestly don't care. And then these ladies try to do this thing in dev studios, kind of like with IGN, but worse, where they're like, hey, they're misogynistic. And I'm like, nigga, just hating somebody is not going to get you fucking fired. In China? How are you going to get fired in China for being misogynistic? That's their bread and butter. The fucking Black Myth Wukong shit. I'm over here just like, yo, they're misogynistic over there in China. I hope so. That's their culture. What the fuck are you talking about, you dumb bitch? You fat whore? God damn. It's like, bruh. I'm about to move to China. Yo, China and Russia are seeming pretty good right now. Well, it's like, China, don't do the rainbow shit. Like, Russia, don't do the rainbow shit. It's like, but I love America. I love it. I love it here. I think it's great. But anyway, let's continue. This is from Geeks and Gamers. Ryan Kinnell, my boy, goes off on Dave Filoni as Kathleen Kennedy steps down. She finally stepped down, boys, but Dave Filoni is even worse. As the internet resounds with the witch is gone following Kathleen Kennedy stepping down as Lucasfilm, there are also cries that her successor will be the savior of Star Wars. Who is this savior, you may ask? Well, that person is none other than Dave Filoni, the creator of Ahsoka and the creative director of Lucasfilm. Whether or not Filoni is the savior of Star Wars depends on who you ask, because as your own Ryan Kinnell has believed from the moment he started his YouTube channel, that Filoni is the furthest thing from the savior of Star Wars. One can be and has been very outspoken about it, even during the Clone Wars animated series days. I did watch this. It was fucking hilarious. If you ever get a chance, please watch this like fucking podcast. Fucking Ryan Kinnell just fucking goes off. He just says everything that I'm saying, but he has a long line right here. So this is what Jeremy says about people thinking that after she stepped down. Kathleen Kennedy stepped down. She didn't get fired. She stepped down. So she's still
Hmm.
fucking around. So because of the whole forces female and the what's it called, the acolyte, which might come back. I hope not, but if it does come back, I'm pretty sure some of these YouTubers are gonna have a lot of fucking material.
I'm not gonna
This
lie. I used to wake up in the morning, and
Mhm,
while I got ready to get dressed, there was always a brand new video, like from this Peru or whatever,
mhm,
going through the last episode of the Acolytes every goddamn Monday, and it was just the best part of my week. So honestly, if they bring that shit back, good. I wanna
yeah.
laugh again.
Yo, Desperate is fucking hilarious. Ass was hilarious too on it. It was fucking, oh my gosh. I watched the first episode of Acolyte, and I was just like, how did you guys get this out of fucking I was just like, bro, I'm over here thinking to myself, I think I can make movies now. It's
Yeah,
that bad.
it's
It's
that
that
bad.
bad
Yeah.
where I'm just like, bro, I think I can make video games. I didn't think it was. God damn, the bar is so low.
It
Anyway,
really is. It's that bad to the point where, like, if you went to school, like I went to school and I did a lot of
yeah.
like there was artsy shit. We
Mhm.
we did what do you call them,
I know what you're gonna say.
indie movies basically. We made indie movies basically, just retards with cameras for the little fucking film class, and our shit was better than whatever the fuck Hollywood is doing and Disney and whatever the fuck Disney is doing.
Mhm. Of course, it's that simple. I watched multiple channels reviewing each episode. It's fucking hilarious. It's absolutely hilarious. Let's go with this. This is what Ryan Kinnell had to say about Dave Filoni taking over. The dude who sat in the round table of the architects of the sequel trilogy when they were talking about what they should do going forward. Was Kathleen Kennedy who said, "We need femininity to subvert masculinity. We need the matriarchy to subvert the patriarchy." No, it was Dave Filoni who said those things. It was Dave Filoni, that lispy queer Dave Filoni, who sat up and said those things. This is who he is. This is who he's always been. It's who he will continue to be. And it's why he continued to get more power. And it's why Kathleen Kennedy recommended him for the job and helped him get the experience he needed to make Bob Iger and Alan Bergman feel comfortable with Dave Filoni taking over. That's part of it. They were a little hesitant about Dave Filoni because he hadn't had a ton of live action experience. So they wanted to wait until he got that live action experience. And of course, there are people who know that George Lucas worked with Filoni in the past, particularly on animated Clone Wars series, and that they're such good friends, etc., and see Dave Filoni through rose-colored glasses because of it, believing he is the one to steer Star Wars back into the proper direction. Well, sadly enough, that is not the case. It is not the case. That's why. That's why the force is female, and so am I. That's it. You want to hear what he said? Let's hear what he said, because he says this. This is three. This is 4 minutes that will make your ears bleed. This is Dave Filoni in all his glory.
That he
I'm
had an
ready.
apprentice, let alone that it would be a girl. I didn't care. I thought that's a great idea because I didn't
It's the cuckiest voice I've ever fucking heard. Take that fucking hat off. Take that fucking cowboy hat off. That's not for you.
want to just make Luke Skywalker again. I wanted a character that had different challenges and could have a different story than Luke. But, and for George it wasn't. I mean, obviously it was his idea. For fans, this was a very different idea. The general public as a whole are going to look at that and say, why? And we just created this character, and there was this
Why do you think that is? The general public is going to think why. So you know. Continue.
funny assumption by a lot of people, because the older fans are complaining, why is this? You're making it for kids. That's the funniest thing anybody ever said.
What the fuck you just said? It's like, The fuck? He's just putting dirt in my fucking eye, and I'm like, nigga, do you think I'm gonna forget what you just said? It's like, older fans, they're fucking. So you're. I like how quick he says it, like he's trying to like get over it, and he's like, yo, if I insult him fast enough, they won't see, nigga. We saw it.
Sneaky bullshit.
Says to me, "You're making Star Wars for kids." I'm like, "Yeah, okay." How old were you when you saw Star Wars? And they're, "Oh, the first time I saw Star Wars, I was 7 years old."
No, that's not the same. That's not the same. You are making stuff. You can make stuff. By the way, last time I checked, motherfuckers got eaten by a giant maw in the fucking sand. I think it was Boba Fett, right? Who somehow fucking survived. It was kids were fine with it.
Yeah, like if like, the point he's making doesn't even make sense. What's the point of changing it then?
Yeah, what's the point?
If it's already made for kids in the way that it was, why the fuck are you changing it for today's kids?
And my dad took me, and I'm like, and you want to rob this experience from kids today? Why? And
what do you mean? You're robbing it. You're robbing it.
It's the fucking same. Like it's if
you're not George Lucas. You're a fucking fat queer. You don't know how to make stories. You made Ahsoka. It flopped. That was your goal. You worked around a woman who made Acolyte. That flopped. So you want to make more flops?
Yep.
Is that so if nobody barely anybody's going to show the Rey Skywalker, you worked on that. Barely anybody showed up for the Skywalker. It flopped.
And then they're going to pretend like it's the old fans' fault or whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, no, there's only the old people are complaining. Like,
so who's the majority?
Back then, it wasn't just kids enjoying Star Wars; it was fucking everybody.
You got fucking kids saying that your shit is trash. That's not very good, dude. Yeah, so you're making something for kids, right? Why is it that the kids are saying your shit is trash? Why? They're okay with fucking lightsabers going off and fucking evil like Darth, evil people going against the good people. They're okay with that. But as soon as you do this forced as female shit and doing the power of many and shit, then they're gonna be like, Dad, this is gay. Can I go home? What you thought that kids were nice? Are you fucking serious? You thought kids were just seeing everything with rose-tinted glasses? Maybe some, but most of them are going to be like, this is stupid, Daddy. The girls keep on crying.
Make it all dark and sinister and evil. Okay. Anyway, back to Ahsoka.
Hurry up with your lame joke. Only one person is fake laughing.
There's this assumption that young girls were going to like the character of Ahsoka. We relate that, right? Apples do apples. Of course, we make that young.
It didn't work out because it flopped. It didn't sell. What are you talking about? He's like, the girls are gonna. Did you know that girls can relate to a lot of things other than just other girls? They'll see a white dragon flying away, and they'll be like, "That's me, mommy." What the fuck are you talking about? Like, boys will react to like one white dude with armor and be like, "Yeah, that's me, bro. That's me. I got a sword and a shield, bro. No, I got a halberd." Like they think that like it's so, if you put more girls on it, girls will show up, when that's actually not the fucking case.
Young girl character, so all the young girls would like Ahsoka. It's almost to say like, but what about the boys? This absurd notion.
Oh, it's absurd the other way around.
Ahsoka got a little better towards the end, but wasn't great. The Acolyte was awful, and they're just obsessed with girl bosses. They're not gonna stop. Hardcore, yep, Boba Fett. Why change what's not broken? Even George Lucas didn't like Ahsoka because it goes against his lore. Actually, he did say that. I can't find the video right now because that'll take a while. But I think it's funny. So, yo, I worked with Lucas. did Lucas like what you made?
So what we found was this amazing thing. It will shock none of you. That when you create a strong, independent, intelligent character that shows no fear, that can do amazing.
Why did you add the independent part? But by the way, can I go back? It doesn't matter whether or not the character or the main character is strong, weak, independent, nothing. All that matters is the writing and how you move that main character or side character. The perfect example is that Lord of the Rings came out and Sam has his flaws and what's his name? Sam has his flaws and he has pros and cons, and also what's his name? God, the other Hobbit,
Frodo.
Frodo has his pros and cons, and Sam has his pros and cons. Like, do you see what I'm saying? Where it's just like
yeah.
Like
Like
Frodo,
whatever the fuck he's saying isn't even going to make any sense. Like even comparing it to Luke, it's not going to make sense.
Frodo is scared and he easily believed in Gollum, and so he betrayed his friend at the end, but that all changed later on. But notice how he was not strong. He was weak. He believed in somebody else, although Sam is strong, but sometimes he could be weak when he's easily pushed away, but he comes back for his friend regardless of what he says. Frodo was alone. He almost got killed by a fucking giant spider. And so all these flaws, these pros and cons worked well together with both of them because they were two peas in a pod. It was like watching it's like watching two pieces fitly go together, because Frodo, even though Frodo was he showed compassion, he didn't have much strength. You see what I'm saying? But Sam, he didn't have much compassion, especially for Gollum, but he had enough strength to press on with his friend, and he had, enough strength to try to take on the spider. And it's not all about strength. Sometimes it's about weakness and flaws.
Yeah,
and so these and sometimes it's not about being independent. Sometimes it's good to have characters that can't rely on just themselves, like those said characters I mentioned.
I don't even know what independent means in this case. Like Frodo,
exactly, I don't know what it means anymore.
Sam needs Frodo because Frodo is the only one who can carry the fucking ring.
Yeah,
Frodo needs Sam because he keeps his fucking head straight and he keeps him going even when he's weak.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Independent equals selfish. That's all those leftists know about. Exactly.
Yep.
He was never the same and had to go to Valinor to die. Yep.
This whole thing with independence has been potentially one of the worst things to befall these female characters, because it's like they have this pressure as writers where they can't make them show weakness, because if they make them show weakness, they have to show dependency on some other character. And so they just create these fucking annoying bitches who are just not compelling. They don't show weakness. They are what's the word? Arrogant. They are
very arrogant, especially the acolyte lady.
Like, you can't fucking help them. They're not thankful for help because they don't need help. It's this very ugly personality trait. Independence is not a bad thing, but they make it in a way, they present it in a way where it just kills these characters for me. It makes them annoying.
It does. I think there was a they also, by the way, all of his stories that he's making all feel the same. A lot of these woke sort of stories that they make all turn out to be the same. A girl boss, they're being selfish out of fucking nowhere. There's too many moments where it's just like, yo, actually, she should have lost this fight, but out of nowhere, by the grace of God, she just somehow had the ability and the know-how to just escape the scenario. And I'm like, what the fuck just happened? I thought she was gonna lose. And so or I thought she had, like, perfect example would be Rings of Power. Well, Galadriel, like, just somehow just had the answer to fucking everything. And then they just mix it with some member berries just to keep you from going away. And so they think that, like, oh, we're making something new. No, you're not. You made this already. You've made this already. Let's keep on going.
That shows no fear, that can do amazing things, boys and girls.
Then why is it always girls?
I like how he struggled to say that shit. Boys and girls. It's like, first of all, you sound like a fucking creep. Second of all, you really struggled to say boys. He's like, I'm surprised you didn't say girls and boys. To say girls first. He looks like he made a mistake. I should have said girls first. Oh God,
Yeah.
fuck. Oh fuck, I should have said that. So it's just like he delayed that. He's like, and I'm just looking at that. I'm like, you do realize that when he mentioned fucking like, oh, strong, can do no wrong, fearless, ferocious, independent. Well, then the story's over. Then,
Like,
I
where do
mean,
you
if
go
they're,
from there?
yeah, you're perfect. Then, the end. You see what I'm saying? It's just like you made the character. You're good. I guess that's it. Then there's no like the perfect example would be Rey Skywalker, where I don't know how she learned anything about the Force, but she just learned the Force. And I'm just like, for example, the Force Awakens, like, she just somehow knew how to read people, like, control people's mind. And I'm like, how is that strength? Where did she learn that? And people will pick up on that shit. Kids are picking up on the shit faster than I am.
Like her. This is what we tried to do with the Star Wars saga now. We've tried to create more female characters who can represent so many things, because what we're trying to do.
I thought it was boys and girls. Now we're doing girls now. So
Yeah, like,
But-
where's the like? First of all, he's wrong because he's talking shit about strong, independent, blah 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 blah. So you're making perfect characters right off the get go. So that's already bullshit. And then it's like, oh, but it doesn't matter if they're boys or girl characters, because if you make a character that is this, that, and the other, then
and then he's
both the
like,
boys and the girls are going to like it.
anyway, back to the
Then
girls.
Why the fuck is it always girls then?
Anyway, back to the girls. Sorry, I talked about men for 2 seconds and I want to throw up. Anyway, and I'm like, good lord. It's like, throw a fucking bone.
Isn't just create one type of character. We're trying to create a diverse range of characters.
No, you're not. You're
Are
making the
what
same
fuck
character.
Are you the fucking Geneva Convention? Just make a good fucking Star Wars show, you fucking pussy.
You can listen. He's like, bro, you're just gonna do like everybody else. You're gonna put the diverse cast all around the white woman who can do no wrong, and guess who's the bad guy? Say it. Say it. It's the white guy. Sorry, go ahead.
I'm at a loss.
I'm at a loss. Who could it be? Who could it
I'm
be?
at a
He's like,
loss with this fucking guy, dude. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, why? What is this obsession with wanting to take, like, Star Wars? It's like, oh, we need to create these characters. We need to create a more diverse.
You're forcing
character that
diversity.
represent more things. Like, why? You don't need to do any of that. I'm not going to fucking vote for Star. When I go vote at the fucking, at the voting location, Star Wars isn't going to be on the paper sheet. Why the fuck do you need to make Star Wars have social impact and have more diversity? And Star Wars needs to do this. Like, no, it fucking doesn't. Just make a good show.
Let's make a good show. We already had a black person. We already have white people. We have beautiful white women that are already in Star Wars. They are flawed and they are powerful at the same time. Not just powerful, they are flawed, but they also have strength. You can't just have one, because if you just have one, then you are going to lose your audience so fucking fast. It's like watching, if Superman was in Law and Order, people would stop watching. Hey, Law and Order. Hey, this guy is the one that did it. Let me go pick him up in 5 seconds. Done. Show's over. You see what I mean?
Yeah, and, like,
Overpowered.
telling things, and like if he was also an asshole on top of that.
Yeah, exactly. It's just like
It's like instead of trying to not use his whole strength, he would use his whole strength, the entire fucking time, and he would be an asshole about it. You know, like those movie scenes, like for example in the Captain Marvel movie where there's that biker who comes in and she fucks him up.
yeah.
And it's like it's the type of thing where if, like not
What's
that
the
long ago,
purpose?
you would think that the presentation would be somebody's bullying you and being an asshole, but because you're stronger and you know that you're stronger and you know that you can demolish this person, you're still not going to do it because you have a sense of honor and a sense of like just being being responsibility, really. Like, hey, Peter, with great power comes great responsibility.
That's why people love Spider-Man. People love Spider-Man.
Yeah, like he could fuck shit up.
If Spider-Man
he doesn't need to be a hero.
If Spider-Man was like Miss Marvel from the movie, people are that's the quickest way to ruin Spider-Man. If he was like Mrs. Marvel.
And then now imagining a fucking Superman in like Law and Order who is at the same time just an asshole, because that's what these female characters are portrayed to be. What's the point of watching? Like, why would I? Yeah. It's like a bullying ritual.
You've already cracked the code. If I was in that show, Star Wars or whatever, I would wake up and they'd be like, yo, the ship is going down. Is Ahsoka in the ship? Yeah, she's in the ship. Let her handle it. She's got it. And I'd go right back to sleep because she's powerful, right? She's powerful. She got it. She good.
Characters, especially female characters that are strong, that are independent.
You said diverse characters, and you were straight back to female. You dumb.
Yeah, he's repeating the same shit again.
A diverse cast. A female. We can't forget our diverse cast. Like female,
who are very strong and very independent.
Love females. Don't forget the females. But we have to have our diverse cast. What is our diverse cast? Females. And I'm like,
females who are strong and independent.
Strong and independent. Bro. That would be funny if you made a Star Wars show, but every time when the lady just spoke to some guy, he just walked away. He's just, like, every time, like she's over here just trying to figure out something in like some story. Like, even if the antagonist showed up, like Ahsoka would appear and be like, I'm here to stop you. The guy would just give you the fucking bomb codes or some shit, or the Death Star fucking codes to prevent the Death Star from, destroying a planet, and then he just walks off. That's basically what it is. He's like, because they would just be like, "Oh, you figured it, because you're done. You're good. You're strong, brave, courage, ferocious. You figured it out. You're done."
Independent. When you look at Rey,
I see nothing. She's hot, got a nice ass, but I see nothing. We all thought it was Finn that was going to be the fucking Jedi. We all thought it was. They baited us real well. Like, Finn was holding the saber, and we were like, and what did we do when we first saw their first movie, The Force Awakens? We were all like, oh shit, this guy's gonna be fucking the lightsaber. It's like, oh,
he's
cool.
the stormtrooper and he's going to be like a Jedi, Nope.
Yeah. Nope. And then I was like, oh,
just a guy.
And then I was like, oh, okay, so he must be like the romance for Rey. Nope, she likes fucking she likes fucking the fucking evil guy. And I'm like, what the fuck? And then my fucking gay ass former girlfriend was like, I saw that coming. I'm like, you dumb bitch. You didn't see that coming.
The Force Awakens, she's a female lead in a whole new chapter of the Star Wars saga. We haven't done a movie for 10 years, and here comes a Star Wars film, and here comes Rey. And what is it? Is it Panic in the Streets? Oh my gosh, a female lead in a Star Wars movie. And then the trailer for Rogue One comes out, and it's another
This is so
female lead. Oh
fucking
my
cringe.
gosh, how unfair.
Yeah,
We've
the
had
first
probably like
females
two.
to ever be the main characters in anything. Oh my god, how could this be?
She's not the first fucking female Jedi. There was already female Jedi.
True.
We're when we see Rey as the Jedi. When we first started, we were like, okay, I guess she's a Jedi. But what we saw was that she didn't need no training. Luke needed training, not her. And I was just like, well, fuck, if she's good, I'll just stay right here. I'm good. I'm right. We got it. There's nothing for me to do. There's not. In the first 30 or 45 minutes of Star Wars, she has figured out so many abilities. And I'm just like, I left there like just bewildered. Like, are we just fast tracking the same thing that it was like a fast track to the thing that we've already had previously? Obviously, The Force Awakens was just like A New Hope. It was basically the same thing. We're going to continue this.
Million straight film cinematic roles where men have been leads, and now we've done 2 in a row that are women. Well, too bad.
No.
Oh well. Maybe there are more coming. I don't know.
There's more coming, and then there will be more flops.
This idea that like, and I run into this sometimes when working with writers. It's like, well, we just made one of those. Made one of what? We just made a female lead. We can make another one. Really? Yes, we can. There's more.
Well, why do you need to make more then? It sounds like you're making. It sounds like you're forcing it. It sounds like you're working with people that are wondering what the fuck is going on. Because you're not talking to us. It sounds like you're talking to somebody that you're working with. It's like, another one? He's like, you don't. And he literally just talked about diversity. He literally just said diversity. Is diversity just women now?
Yes.
Is that? Of course.
Yes.
Of course it fucking is.
The one woman in the world. There's more than one woman here in the world. Why is that so strange? If we made like 5 men heroes in a row, no one would blink. You know, Rey.
It would be profitable. I'm just telling the truth. It would be profitable. How do you think the prequel went? It went pretty well.
She impresses Han Solo. He's like the guy's guy. Impresses him. Impresses everybody in the audience. She goes up with Kylo Ren. She punks him right away. Like he's supposed to be this.
Punk him? Are we talking about Star Wars now, or what are we talking about?
How he's fucking describing this like a retard. None of this is compelling though. Why is it compelling that I'm watching the first movie and this moron who never trained anything is able to punk the Kylo Ren guy who fucking trained for years and is like a captain or whatever of his own little inner militia within the First Order or whatever the fuck they call the new order of bad guys? Like, why would it be compelling for her to win that first fight? There's nothing to look forward to. Like, you don't even have a moment where you lose and then it's like, oh, I gotta get better so that I can become strong. No, it's like it's done. Done. She won the fight. Okay, it's done. Turn off the fucking thing. All right, I'm going home. Bye.
And I saw Han Solo, and I'm like, this guy bleeds fucking testosterone. When are you gonna kill him? And then I saw them kill Han Solo. I was like, you just brought him here so we could watch that shit. You
Pretty
sick
much.
fuck. You just wanted to bring him to just kill him.
They
Great
can't
guy,
even
wiped
write
out.
a story without like that's the problem. Really, it's the subversion. They can't take this female character and just be like, okay, let's make her compelling. Let's make her a good, strong character that people will look up to. No, they gotta go and subvert everybody else. Han has to be useless and a fucking a deadbeat dad. So fuck him. The other moron from the First Order, Kylo Ren, he's got to be an incompetent idiot who loses the fight. Who else have we got? Finn has to turn into a nobody. You know, what's the point?
Finn turned into the guy that goes, Ray! Ray! You remember that time in the second movie? You probably haven't seen this. The second movie, Finn was about to sacrifice himself by driving in
yeah.
there and destroying the beam that was trying to kill all these people that were trying to leave. And I was like, yo, my boy, do it. What did that fat fucking like fucking Chinese bitch with the fried rice do? She T-boned him with another fucking vehicle, and they started twirling, and they somehow were unscathed.
Yeah.
And she was like, "You need to live," and I'm like,
"You dumb fucking idiot."
I saw that, and I was like, "Bro, I shit you not." The two dudes to the left of me in the theater was like, they obviously looked like they just got off of work. I could tell that they were wearing their work clothes. They had like giant beards and everything. They were like, "What the fuck just happened?" I was like, "Thank God, I thought I was the only one." And they were like, "Yeah, me too, bro." I was like, "You were about to kill him." I was like, "I don't know these guys," but me and him were just like, "What the fuck?" And it was like, and then kissed it. Yeah, that's right. That's right. And then she kissed him. And the funny thing is, Finn looked at her like, "You crazy ass bitch. You crazy ass bitch."
These people, I don't know. She took that lightsaber and was like, "I'm going to take you out." And she did.
Bro, is this how you talk to your investors?
Let's clap. Let's clap for the moment, the historic, incredible moment over there. She did it, guys. She beat the guy in the first fight.
Yeah, my bad. I didn't hear. So tell me how this movie. What's this girl boss movie that you're making? Tell me how you make. What's gonna happen?
She punks him right away. Like, he's supposed to be this great guy, wiped out all these people. I don't know. She took that lightsaber and was like, "I'm going to take you out." And she did. And I'm all for it. And she looks strong. It's not.
Wow. I think I see a moneymaker here. Yeah. You'll get the funds. Make the movie. Wow. It's crazy. Yes.
Not that she doesn't show any fear. She looks.
No. You said that like 5 times. Don't go back right now.
Like, this is an intense moment in her life. And we're.
What does that even fucking mean?
There with her because of that. Because she's a real feeling dimensional person. That's what we.
Oh.
What the fuck? Is that a new gender or something? What the fuck was that?
She is strong and brave. She is strong and brave, and she has. I got it. She's strong. She has everything a man does, and she also has feelings. Wow. Such a great artist here.
Want a real feeling dimensional person. We are trying to create.
No. Nah, he mumbled that shit. He doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about. Say it again. What does she have besides strength?
Life, and we're there with her because of that. Because she's a real feeling dimensional person. That's what we want. A real feeling dimensional person. We are trying to create an environment.
Feeling
dimensional. It's
dimensional.
my hope. The kind of just like Luke. All he did was open that door, right? He just opened that door.
He just opened what? What the fuck? He didn't just open a door. What do you mean and open a fucking door? What the fuck are you talking about?
You fucking read what?
He's like, yo, he just opened the door for Ray. Nigga, that shit closed. Even Mark Hamill is dissing this motherfucker, which is funny because Mark Hamill's fucking weird. But Mark Hamill's coming out. He's like, yo, why is my guy drinking weird blue milk? It doesn't make any sense. How did she learn the Force? The fact that Lucas and fucking Mark Hamill are agreeing with us is wild.
Out, and she's went gangbusters. So I just want to be
I love it when my directors say like fucking Gen X, like Gen Z shit. I love it.
Part at Lucasfilm of opening this door to a new generation of filmmakers, of women that come into Lucasfilm and can be creative.
Women again? Women again? Jesus. You know what? I want all of Hollywood to just have women. I'm serious. The women have to handle any of the fucking hard work, all of the work. All the men nowhere. You can have one gay guy, but what I'm basically saying is when you make your new Star Wars, only women. Only fucking women. and I better see hair being pulled. Oh, that's all I'm saying. But basically, what I'm saying is, am I gonna watch two fucking fat dykes fight each other with lightsabers? Is that what I'm gonna get? I am so curious. What I really want to see Hollywood with 0 men and see if they flourish because that's what they want, right? That's their thing, right? I like how they say this and they don't mention trans people anymore. I love this shit because this is like it's like women, women, women. It's like they brought up trans shit last year and then they cut that shit off as soon as it hit 2025 and they're like, yeah, we can't listen. These trans people, they're fucking touching children and shit and beating the shit out of women. We can't mention them that much. I mean, we have to pretend like we like trans people, but we gotta back up a little bit. That
Creative. It's a strong future for Star Wars. Our force for women characters, strong women characters, intelligent women characters of all description.
characters all description. You mean the white? You mean the women? It's all.
Won't just stop with 2 movies. It's something we're dedicated to for the foreseeable future because they're just great characters. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Who the fuck told you they're great characters?
Anyway, moving on.
Directors?
Anyway, moving on. There were the days when there were cries for Filoni to take over Star Wars. People, as Jeremy puts it, whoever never watched the Clone Wars, never knew who he was, saw him in a cowboy hat, and initially thought that he was super base. Then he opened his fucking mouth. And this is what happens when Filoni opened his mouth. This is what we try to do with Star Wars Saga now. We already know what he said. We already know what he said. And now that she's gone, who does she? It feels like she has more testosterone than Dave Filoni, which is crazy. Which is fucking crazy that she has more testosterone. But yes, I firmly agree with Ryan 100%. Like he's 100% correct. It's like Dave Filoni, those two on the right are 2 peas in a pod. They're the same person. Just one has a tampon and the other one has a fucking strap on.
Well. Oh,
Who? What?
nah, that was a good one. No, I was gonna say they both have a tampon on, but
Yeah. Do you know which one has a strap on? Who do you think I was thinking about?
yeah.
Exactly. Anyway, that's enough of that. Guys, this has been great. It's been 3 hours of craziness. Des, thank you for being here, man. I really do appreciate it. I should update this raid a little bit more. I'll work on it right after this. But thank you so much for coming here, man. I appreciate it.
No problem. It was a good time.
Yeah. And we'll carry on next week, same time, and we'll do the damn thing. If somebody else wants to join, we'll see who. I would like to have minimal effort in here, but he's got kids, so we'll see. But guys, thank you so much for being here on this raid. I will play some games with all of you later after this. I need to go get a bite to eat. I'm pretty sure Des is hungry too.
Same.
Yeah. But thank you all for being here. I'll make some videos about the and then split them up here in a minute. And yeah, as always, guys, later. See you boys later. Peace.
Have a good one, guys.